Mage.
There you go. Yeah, Druid of a race I'd never heard
Tom,
of.
I've just read your Master Chief cat
Yeah.
joke.
Wait, what about druids?
It's I was just saying that you've played a race that I'd never seen or heard of
Clash
before you
Royale.
messaged me about it.
Oh yeah, I played Kalashtar once before and I found it fun. So I
But yeah, I
figured,
mean, yeah.
I might as well try it
That's
again.
like- yeah,
This was
especially
this was like the best chance you guys are going to get me to just agree to anything because the night I released the like first message saying like, oh yeah, message me about your character concepts, I was very drunk and I'm also quite drunk tonight, so
oh my
well,
gosh.
I've had one bottle of cider, so I'm not that drunk, but
Ooh, cider.
yeah, and I have another one in front of me.
Circle of Dreams, Tom. This is a first attempt for me with this. I figured at the time I saw Artificer and Barbarian. I was like, I might as well be more of a support character.
Yeah, since I'm an artificer, I should let you all know now. I've already used my infusions on myself. So
Good. Wouldn't have it any other way.
okay, but hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. I had to do repeating shot on the pistol, otherwise I'd literally have to take an action to reload, fire once on the next turn, and then next turn reload it again.
That does sound quite bad.
So the repeating shot was absolutely necessary.
Sounds to me like a personal problem.
Yeah, it is. That's why I used my personal infusion.
That's why I gave it a personal solution.
Personal problems require personal solutions.
Okay, anyway, is everyone ready to start?
Yeah.
Think so.
Okay. Well, your experience travelling today has been, to put it lightly, less than stellar. It's been a grey, dreary day, a steady drizzle of rain occasionally giving way to sudden torrential downpours. And to make matters even worse, the great elven forest that had been sheltering you from the brunt of the storm began to thin out at some point in kind of the mid-afternoon, and about an hour ago you broke away from it entirely. Since then, the four of you have been following a trail of almost knee-deep mud across a featureless, windswept plain, sodden, shivering, and locked in an endless struggle against the unrelenting wind and rain. Do any of you have any specific ways you wish to try and reduce the misery of the experience?
I'm going to look over at our druid friend. You know, if you wanted, you could climb upon my shoulders.
Oh, I suppose. And she'll give me a second. Sorry, multitasking is a bit harder than I realized.
You're fine.
Yeah, don't worry.
Okay, and she will, I guess, attempt to climb?
Getting up.
Tom, it's not avoiding the rain, but it might be avoiding the knee-deep mud, so...
That was my goal. I'm practically stuck in this mud, so...
Speaking of Spur, how are you handling the mud?
Yeah, I was about to say, when you said knee-deep, I realized that, knee-deep for someone 6 foot is drastically different from knee-deep for someone that's only like, what was this? I've got it here. 2'8", So, am I like wading waist deep?
You're like wading through it waist deep, yeah.
I feel like seeing this, I can probably offer to help you there. Just like, yeah, my character just kind of goes, you seem to be struggling there. Would you like a lift, as has already been offered to our friend here?
For a moment, he kind of proudly just kind of looks at you, just almost kind of insulted at first, but then kind of looks back. I think I'll take you up on that offer.
There's no shame in it, and I'll kind of just pick him up.
All right.
No climbing, just.
And kind of from up there, I guess. To kind of return the favor here, he'll kind of like hold his jacket out to kind of try and help keep the rain off of.
Right, yeah. It stops the kind of raindrops from stinging, from like kind of stinging your face, Dai. But however, it's not that effective at keeping you dry, considering that ship sailed a long, long time ago.
Yes.
Yeah,
And yeah,
yeah. I'm meanwhile somewhat indignant about the way my fur's kind of matted down on me. Yeah, but I'm trying to hide it to put on a brave face for the ladies.
yeah. So it's been a few days you've been traveling like this. Not every day has been quite as miserable as this one, but they've all been pretty dreary. There's been at least spots of rain on all of them, and yeah, it's been 4 days since you last saw civilization. Since you met each other, in fact, and decided to travel together. However, now, as you crest what feels like the 50,000th hill of the day, you come into the view of what feels like the most welcoming sight of your lives. It even takes you a moment to register that these strange, large cubes of wood and stone with straw pyramids atop them and light pouring from small openings are actually buildings silhouetted against the evening sky. Just a few minutes' walk away is another village, carrying a promise that tonight won't be spent painstakingly rubbing sticks together and glumly watching any tiny sparks you do manage to create be promptly snuffed out.
Well, would you look at that? We've got ourselves a nice little haven.
About time.
I hope there's at least room.
The village itself looks quite small. You can't really like count exactly, but you estimate there's around maybe 20 to 30 buildings in total. It's a very small place, and there doesn't seem to be a single person outside at the moment. About half the houses have light coming from them, and unless any of you have any kind of timekeeping implements or features that let you keep track of the time, you'd probably assume it's around it's late, maybe around 10 or 11 in the afternoon, judging by the light. The fact that the sun is nowhere to be seen. You can't quite tell if it's stuck behind clouds or if it's or if it's actually disappeared beyond the horizon. So yeah, I presume you're all going to make your way towards the village.
Of course.
Okay. The tavern is fairly easy to identify. It's a very large, proud wooden structure with a big entrance and a sign above it that reads actually in 3 different scripts: Elven, Dwarvish, and Common. It reads the name of the tavern: The Joyful Summer.
How nice. A joyful summer amid a spring of misery.
Indeed.
Most
Indeed.
important. I think what's important is that it is open and, most importantly, dry.
And as you open the door, you see that the inside is basically everything you could have dreamed of. A cosy space with several handcrafted tables, a roaring fireplace on one side, and a large board on the other with a few pieces of parchment just kind of haphazardly attached to it. You see, leaning against the counter, you see the tavern keep, a seemingly middle-aged wood elf, wearing studded leather armor with a sheath with a large broadsword at her side. She gives the four of you a smirk as you walk in. Welcome. You look like you've been dragged through the 9 hells by an owlbear. What can I do for you?
Oy, Dios mío. We need a place to sleep.
I can tell, he says. Well, my name's Summer. Owner of this tavern, retired warrior.
Quite fetching too, if I may say so.
Thank you. She just speaks matter of factly. Well, if you want, I can get you a room. If you've got any changes of clothes that you've somehow kept dry, you can go upstairs and change into those. It's gold for a meal, 2 more for the night. And you won't be finding any other taverns in this place, so I'd advise you take it.
I kind of look at the party. Just clear, indicating with my features that I want to kind of do this, but understanding that I might be outvoted. No, Tom. The cat's Mexican.
Well. I think Spur will go up and kind of hand her 3 coins.
Yeah.
Indicate, for one for food and of course, for the room. Before just kind of, is there like a fire in here?
Yes, there's a roaring fireplace on the left side of the room.
All right. So he'll immediately just head straight for that. Obviously, he doesn't have any kind of actual baggage with him besides the clothes and 2 small pouches and his tools. And so he just kind of goes over, kind of flops down by fire and just starts trying to like dry himself off the best he can.
Yeah, so you end up by one of the 2 kind of very distinct groups who are in the tavern. A group of 3 women and 1 man who are just merrily, 3 of which are merrily drinking at the side of the fireplace, and one of the women with striking gold hair has just kind of collapsed across the table and is just kind of looking at the others just like with a half-vacant stare, and meanwhile the other 3 are just merrily clanging their glasses, drinking deep, long swigs, and just kind of, generally having a very merry time.
It'll kind of give an odd look to the scene going on beside him, and then just kind of scoot the other way, still by the fire, just like create a little distance.
And yeah, what are the rest of you doing?
I'm gonna look at Summer and just say, now, question, Miss Summer. This 2 gold, for a night. Is it per person, or can we all just, share a room?
Per room. If you all want 1 room, well, only 2 beds in each. But well, she kind of glances at the smaller members of the party, namely the kobold. But well, maybe you can fit a few people into one of the beds.
I kind of side eye technique.
She just kind of looks away a little bit.
Yeah. All right. I see how it is. We can get 2. And I just flip 2 more gold over to her.
She nods gratefully and just takes the gold. Well, suppose I'd better get to preparing your meals. We got all kinds of meats, some berries from the forest. Our meat and berry is our our most popular dish, if that's the one you want. And kind of just looks around for any kind of objections, just kind of implying that if none of you want otherwise, that is what you're going to get.
Sounds like a treat to me. And I kind of wink at her.
She shakes her head, clearly quite uninterested. Well, I'll get preparing that. Make yourselves at home, as you can see. Plenty of free tables. Try stay away from him, and just gestures to the other side from the merry drinking crowd at a high elf. You can see who's just in kind of chainmail armor, sitting by the notice board and just very glumly just downing drink after drink, with two other much more plainly dressed high elves around him, just kind of patting his shoulder and just quietly murmuring reassurances, which you can't really hear at the minute because they're drowned out by the drinkers on the other side. And yeah, she kind of just rolls her eyes at him before vanishing into the back of the tavern.
Well, shall we stake out the rooms while we wait for dinner?
I don't see why not.
Perfect. I will lead the way, my friends. And I'll kind of go to the empty rooms.
Okay, yeah, the rooms are fairly they pretty much match the aesthetic of the rest of the tavern. Very rustic, very cozy, and there's nicely lit with several lanterns kind of hanging down and being mounted on the walls. Just a couple of beds. They're not the most comfortable you've ever seen, but they're clean enough, and after the last few nights you've had, you could not ask for anything better. And yeah, there's just a couple of chests and sets of drawers just around the place.
Is there
just places to store any of your things?
Is there like a washroom nearby that I can clean myself off with?
The washroom. The washroom is kind of a communal one for the entire kind of upstairs floor. But yes, you noticed that earlier. It's just kind of a bath with some stagnant but pretty clean-looking water, at least very clean compared to the rain outside.
So I'm gonna put down my my stuff, which it includes an explorer pack, a vial, and a masquerade costume of all things. And I'm gonna go go over to the washroom and kind of laboriously clean my fur from all of the mud that I just waded through.
Yeah.
I think I will probably do something relatively similar, though it will be a lot less laborious, obviously.
Yeah.
I'll probably take very little time and then head back downstairs.
Yeah. So downstairs is Summer is once again. Summer is waiting. She's been pretty fast at preparing all your meals, and they look heavenly. Plates filled with several loaves of meat, some kind of berry jam almost slathered along the side, and a few cooked potatoes and vegetables to go with it. And the platters are generous, the portions are large. You're looking forward to eating this.
Am I the only person back down, or is everybody back down now?
That's up to the others.
To be fair, Spur never went up.
Okay, yeah, so he's still by the fire.
That's it. Once the food was
Yeah,
at the table, Spur probably moved over that way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She put the food on the counter and just she's giving you kind of a choice of where to sit. So And as you go up, she just goes, "So, forgive my ignorance. You speak common, right?" Glancing at the kobold.
He'll just kind of look up and just kind of tilt his head. Well, what else would I speak?
I'm sorry, it's just we don't get many of you around here. Thought it was a more Anthropian thing to have kobolds.
What can I say?
She
I travel
chuckles.
a lot.
In any case, if you're adventurers, maybe there's some jobs up on that board. And she points to the kind of notice board with the parchment, with 3 pieces of parchment over it, which the depressed high elf is currently sitting with his back to. No pressure or anything, just some things that might interest you. In any case, food's ready. Enjoy your meal.
Thank you, I certainly will.
Well,
How high are the
I'll be
chairs and
around.
tables?
I'll be around the bar. We got beer, we got mead. So, anything I can do for you, just let me know.
So how high are the chairs and tables? Does Spur have to stand in the chair to reach the food, or is he good to?
They're human size, but you do note a few. Like kind of seemingly child-sized chairs, which are higher legs, and you figure you probably can use some of those.
Got to use the booster seat.
Oh no! Oh no!
I think at that point he'd rather just stand in the normal person's chair.
Yeah, he does that. And are the other 2 of you back down yet?
Yeah,
Yeah, I would say I'd be bat down and at the table and start to eat by then.
Okay, yeah.
it'll take a couple more minutes, and then I'll just kind of walk down back. Come down the stairs back dressed and looking a little bit more of a natural fur as opposed to mud stained fur.
Yeah.
and very much eating it up.
Whereabouts are you going to choose to sit? Are you going to choose somewhere near the notice board as she suggested, or perhaps somewhere nearer the fire in the warmth?
I would definitely be sitting by the fire, like trying to dry up, warm again. GG.
Yeah. So yeah, are the rest of you going to follow?
Since I'm last to come down, I'm basically sitting where everyone else is sitting.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So the 4 of you just sit by the fire, probably not talking too much. Maybe casting a few glances over at the drinkers who are still merrily going at it, even over the kind of collapsed form of the person who you probably drank a bit too much. And they're still going at it. They're getting drunker and drunker as the night goes on. Just laughing to themselves.
I just kind of shake my head at them. Oh Dios mío! Why must they waste such perfectly good drink like that? Yeah. Now see, you don't get this with wine tastings, no.
And yeah, kind of as you sit, did any of you get any drinks, by the way?
If they serve wine, I'd like kind of 1 glass of that.
They'll have wine. She brings it over in a bit of a fancier chalice, though you pick up on the fact that it's made of copper and not any kind of metal as precious as she'd probably have you believe.
Yeah, I kind of just shrug. I'm not entirely concerned about how the wine is presented, just that it tastes good.
And it does taste good. If you're a connoisseur in it, it won't be the best wine you've ever tasted, but it's fine for what it is, and for the generous price of half a silver. So Which, don't worry, I'm not going to make you take off your character sheet.
Alrighty.
In any case, she says that she brings any drinks you might have ordered. What's your story? To have been caught in that storm. Well, you must have found yourselves quite far away from whatever village you set out from, or else you must have had a reason for traveling this way.
Well, see, normally we've got we go and cover the forest, but forest decided to go away at some point. There's like no.
She kind of just nods grimly. So yeah, it happens to a lot of the travellers who pass through here. Transition from Mithroon to Vanderoon catches you by surprise. I'm from the forest myself. It's a nice place. I miss it sometimes, but Natswin's a good village. Can't really ask for a better place to live out my life.
Seems like a nice place.
Hi, it's a lot nicer when the town mage is here and I don't have to do all the cleaning myself. And she gives a long sigh. In any case, well, you planning on staying here or just passing on through, getting to maybe the more noteworthy cities in Vanderoon?
I mean, we were just kind of sightseeing, weren't we?
Well, yes, though I personally, if you wouldn't all mind, I'd like to stay here at least a day or two. Just, I would like to get used to being in civilization again for a while.
Oh, come on,
Hopefully,
where's your
whatever
sense
the
of
storm is
adventure?
past.
Oh, to be an
If I left somewhere
adventurer.
behind in that mud.
Oh, to be an adventurer again. She smiles. Romping on through the lands without care in the world apart from where your next meal's gonna come from.
And occasionally the next lovely lady to catch your eye.
I'm sorry, ignore him.
I'm used to it. And well, she kind of just drops her hand to her sword. Let's just say he's less insistent than some who pass through here, and as a result, less bleeding than some who pass through here.
If there were any skin showing underneath my fur, you would have seen me blanch.
I like you. That's, yes.
I like you too. What's your name?
I'm Dave. They kind of say.
Hey.
I'm just a traveller. In fact, this leads me to a question that I've been intending to ask. I'm actually I'm on my travels looking for a beast, and I was wondering if you'd heard of anything.
You know,
I don't know if you.
You know where you are, lass.
Well, no. This is a rather specific kind of beast.
That makes a bit more sense.
I can't say what it looks like as such, but I remember. Well, no, I know that it's red. The size of it's at least the size of like a horse and cart. It's red, massive bulging eyes. I, as far as I'm aware, people call it the Lightning Queen, but I don't know if you'd know it by that name.
You sure you ain't on about a dragon? There's a few of those over in. Few of those over in,
No, this is definitely not a dragon. This is one of the fastest creatures alive. It's much smaller than a dragon, though. No fire breathing or anything like that.
Well, sounds like you're chasing one of Talon's beasts. Don't know if you're familiar with the tumult. Not everyone around here is.
I'm vaguely aware. And it may well be. I don't know, to be honest.
And what you wanting to do with this beast? Slaying it?
Oh no, Oh well, I don't want to go into too much detail. But I'm a paladin.
Holy
And
quest.
cutting a long, yes, exactly. Cutting a very long story short, I believe that it's my job to. I've been given a holy vision, and it is my purpose, my job, to find this beast and guide it to a barren wasteland. I don't know why as such, but I know it's important, and I've spent the last 8 years of my life looking for this thing, and I'm still nowhere near to finding it. So any advice or any sort of even just rumors would be incredibly helpful.
I kind of lean
She
over
looks.
to. I kind of lean over
She looks
to.
very amused.
Everybody else will probably have heard me mention this briefly at least once, though not this much in depth. This is something I'm known for going on about a bit.
Yeah, yeah, like in the back, he doesn't say it out loud, but in the back of Guitar's head, he's just like, yeah, you might have such difficulty finding it because it doesn't exist.
Oh, no, this definitely exists, my friend. I was not. The great gods above did not give me a vision of a creature that was non-existent. I very much doubt that. It was
When
also,
exactly did this vision come to you? Was it like
uh,
after some drinks, or
oh no drinks or anything like that. Well, no drinks as such. No, I don't drink. No.
he kind of is given like a very disbelief, look of disbelief, just kind of like, but like a very like patronizing head nod, like, all right.
What friend? You don't seem to understand. No, I don't take any sort of mind-altering chemicals anymore. Back in my
Anymore?
past,
Is that is
well,
any
yes.
more before or after the vision?
That's not an important detail, my friend.
I think that is the important detail, my friend.
No. I've had this conversation before, and I will have you know that this vision was the most vivid, realistic thing I've ever seen. Why I may as well have been teleported to these irradiated springs that I saw.
I kind of look at Techni and just kind of roll my eyes.
I knew bringing this up was a mistake. Look,
She-
Summer just kind of shakes her head with a smile.
Yeah,
You go on your epic quest, lass, and prove them all wrong. She says, just kind of giving you a pat on the shoulder.
Thank you. Yes. So I take that as that. I take it that you've not seen or heard anything, though.
I don't know.
Okay. Oh well. Maybe another day. It's clearly not. Yes. Today was not the day.
And well, as for rumours, she points to the notice board again. Any rumours you're going to find in this place are written on there.
Well,
thank you. I will make sure to. In fact, I may go check on that now. If any of you wish to join me, you're very welcome to. You're cordially invited, even. And like I will kind of instantly get up without finishing anything and just wander over.
Just kind of following. It's kind of watch them go over, and I just kind of get up. Might as well check. We've got time in our sightseeing.
Techie's gonna. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say that Techie is also gonna get up and look at the board.
Okay. So yeah, once you head across to the other side and have a look at the board, seeing that there's 3 notices on there. The first is from a man called Marius, seemingly a farmer who is offering 8 silver pieces in order for someone to retrieve 3 of his sheep that went missing somewhere. And upon their retrieval, he's offering 8 silver as a reward. The second is a man called Victor, who you cannot divine what his profession might be from the notice. He is offering a 1 gold piece reward if for anyone who can gather exactly 13.26 cubic meters of stone, and it's kind of a neatly written notice, and on the end there's a hastily scrawled note that if it's a centimeter more or less, you get no pay.
Yeah, I kind of look at Day and just like, sounds a bit overly specific for our liking.
The third notice
Yes.
is from a man named Razzle-Tazzle. It simply says, seeking adventurers to retrieve the wizard Solomon from his tower. Speak to me between the hours of 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. in my home with an address written underneath. Reward 400 gold pieces.
Wow. Well, how about this one? I mean, a wizard must almost definitely know something. I've talked to some before and they've not, but this could be interesting. And the reward is high, so I'm sure the rest of
I feel like your
I'm
priorities
sure the
are a
rest of
bit
the
out of
party
whack,
would be
Day.
interested.
I do specialize in the retrieval of people, so
I kind of
I'd be right for this
look
one.
down at him, as you've made abundantly clear.
He'll kind of look up and just be sure you're never one that needs to be retrieved.
Me, I would never. I'm an upstanding gentleman of loyalty and devotion. Right, Techni?
Sure.
It's kind of be like a doubting look over and like.
As you're speaking, the high elf who you saw downing drink after drink earlier has taken note of you by the notice board and walked up to you. Say, you're adventurous, right? You certainly look like it.
I kind of
He's
like,
very
yeah.
dishevelled, very unshaven, and looks like he's been having a pretty rough time.
are you
I-
are you okay? Should we call a therapist? Should we?
Well, it's just been a bad few days, hasn't it? All I want to do is go to that tower, get that reward, but apparently I'm the only guard in the village, and he just gestures over to Summer with like just a haphazard swing around, and bitch over there is too drunk to guard the place while I'm out. Sorry, not at Summer, at the girl who's collapsed on the table. Too drunk to guard the place while I'm out, and the other bitch apparently doesn't want my stupid money, just with an equally angry flick over at Summer. If the rest of the guard had been taken up north 2 days ago, they could have stayed behind, but no, I'm left here with this. Someone too drunk to look after this fucking place for a day while I go and. He kind of trails off, swaying as he steps.
Word of advice, friend: don't talk about ladies that way, and maybe practice what you're complaining about.
But say, I do have a proposal for you. So, you're all adventurers, I can see, and I've got a proposal for you. If the four of you stay here and guard the village, then I can go over to that tower. And then, of course, I'll split the reward with you. Of course, I would never. I'll split the reward with you.
I kind of look at the rest of the party with just this flat look of disappointment.
What do you say? You want to have a good time guarding this village while I go to the tower and get the money?
I kind of put my hand on his shoulder, just look him dead in the eye, and just say, "And I say no."
Oh. Who are you to refuse a proposal of the honorary captain of the guards?
No, oh, no one other than Guitar.
He stumbles towards you.
Oh, no one other than Guitar, the most immaculate dancer in all the land.
I'll have you know, the reason they all left me behind was because they thought I was the best guard to guard this village. And
Are you
at this
sure?
point,
Are you sure it's not because you're drunk?
at this point, Summage walks over and just shoves him to one side. Sorry about him. If he wasn't spending his fortune on alcohol, I'd have kicked him out long ago.
It's fine. Water under the bridge.
Yeah. Any case, yeah, he's been sat in here drinking, and ever since the rest of the town guard got summoned up north. You heard about all that?
Something about that. And apparently, I heard the rumors about like replicants. Is that what they're called?
She she shrugs. Hadn't heard that part, but it would make sense. I mean, I heard something happened in one of the holy cities. Siege lasting a few days, and well, Lord's been requesting, no, demanding reinforcements from any place in this kingdom that can give them.
Yeah. Awful.
Either way, I think it was you well deduced the exact reason they left him behind.
Yeah. Yeah. Doesn't seem like much. Doesn't seem like much of a guard to me. I think it's more that the fact that there's a guard here that deters any crime rather than there being the best guard.
If there's anyone deterring crime around here, it's me. His She kind of just. The guy's kind of stumbled to the floor, and she just kind of reaches down to him and just takes his sword out, revealing that it's not only very blunted, but it's actually broken, kind of halfway up the blade. And she just kind of shows it to you and then just tosses it into his lap with no real regard for whether it does him any harm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
From a personal standpoint, I'm not exactly concerned whether it'll hurt him or not. Like I considered, part of me wonders if the blunting was intentional to make sure he doesn't kill himself with it.
In any case, yeah, he's been drinking his sorrows away at not being able to go on a mission where he'd probably get slaughtered in the forest before he could set foot in the tower. Begging me, begging Salamander over there to, to try and get someone to watch over the village while he goes, but, well, she's in no shape to, and I have no reason to, so, And in any case, even if I did, why would I put my time aside for a bastard like him?
Understandable. Yeah, and I kind of, look at the rest of the party. So, minus the empty promise of a reward, why don't we see about this 400 gold from this razzle frazzle gentleman?
I'm definitely down for that.
He nods. Well, it's a bit too late now, but if you go around there tomorrow, you'll find him. Odd little fella, but well, he's offering a lot of gold, and I suppose for you adventurers, that's what's important. Am I right?
Second to maybe the pretty faces we save along the way.
She kind of gives a kind of pitying look to Die.
Hmm. Anyway,
In any case, you need any more drinks, just let me know.
Of course.
And yeah, with that, she will give the still collapsed high elf another just for good measure, just give him a kick in the shins, and then step away.
So I'm gonna go finish the meal and kind of wait for the rest of the party to be ready before I head up to the rooms to sleep for the night.
And yeah,
Wow.
Anyone have anything they want to do beforehand, or are you all ready to just head up?
I'm pretty much ready, to be honest. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah,
I
the
think
night
Spurs gonna make
passes.
sure there's no scraps left.
Yeah, anything that the others have left, you have now completely finished off. And yeah, you the night is uneventful, and you're all exceptionally grateful tonight to have a roof over your heads and to be sleeping in comfort and warmth. And I think before we proceed to the section of the next morning, I'll just wait for Stevie to get back.
Sounds good.
Nye, what the actual fuck?
Okay. Essentially, my character was a druggie as a kid and took way too much LSD one night and had a vision of the Cars movie, and believed that it was a holy vision and that they had to find Lightning McQueen, and has spent the last 8 years of their life looking for Lightning McQueen. Their name is Pothead backwards. Their day top is their surname.
Oh, no.
That was actually originally the full name, but I figured it out, so no.
Yeah. So yeah, now they're
I was gonna say, as soon as you started describing the thing with the bulgy eyes, and I heard Lightning Queen, I was like, "Ciao."
I was wondering if Lightning Queen was a bit on the nose. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it
was
was more just
hoping
them
I could
putting it
get
together.
Hmm?
This is just a step outside the norm for all of us. Yeah, like I'm playing the womanizer, Nye's playing the goofball, and Matt's playing the noir detective. Is it?
Yeah.
Hey, he's more of a bounty
it's
hunter.
completely switched up. My plan isn't. This character isn't meant to be a. They're meant to be mostly a generic D&D character, not meant to be especially comical, but I was like, I might as well have some fun with them. And it shouldn't affect the story too much, because their backstory won't come into it very often.
I mean, I kind of structured this campaign as a bit of a comedy, or not a full comedy, but having several comedic moments, so it fits.
It is called Rage Mage. Rage Mage.
And I was quite proud of the of just walking through the dreary, miserable rain to a tavern called the Joyful Summer.
This is the glory of one shots.
Yep. It's also funny because the one shot I'm running immediately after this is going to be possibly the darkest, most serious thing I've run yet.
This is a nice break for the mental
Yeah,
health.
this is me going for the exact opposite.
From the evil campaign to the comic campaign.
Yeah, I actually. The other one's really morally ambiguous. When I read the module for this one, there was meant to be some kind of moral ambiguity stuff, and I just wrote all of that out. Just no. You're gonna smack it. You're gonna smack an evil guy, and you're gonna enjoy it.
Oh man.
I've just realised that there's people sleeping right next door to me.
Anyway, yeah, we've also reached the end of my detailed planning.
Good job. Is Stevie back?
Yeah, no, you weren't here when I talked about it, but basically I had about 3 hours to plan this campaign because I was ill for most of today and couldn't really do anything. So I spent 2.5 hours of that planning the tavern scene. And just getting really carried away with writing characters and descriptions Magnus the High Elf was a last minute addition. and then I spent about 30 minutes on the entire rest of the campaign. So
Perfect.
yeah, Cider is taking me through this.
Oh, yeah.
Also, a fun little fact about timings. This, as you deduced already, takes place about 3 days after the conclusion of Locks and Libraries, and also takes place on the same day as the beginning of Divine Words, which you'll see soon.
Also, I'm back on my kobold character kick again.
Okay.
Well then.
I've managed to break free for quite a long while, but nope, I'm back now.
Yep.
It's like an addiction. You can't help but go back to it.
Yeah.
It is. It really is. It's literally just the.
So, Stevie, at what exact point did you leave? What was the last thing you heard?
Yes. I don't care about the fries. Okay. Well, I did hear like the drunk guard like wanting to go up to the tower.
Oh
And
yeah,
then-
basically, he got punched by Summer, and the four of you basically just decided that you're going to ignore him and just go to the tower yourself.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm sorry about that. My
That's fine.
stepdad decided to just call me to get some information out of me, and
Right,
then
yeah, okay.
try to have a conversation, like a normal conversation with me. It was like, I'm actually in the middle of something right now.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it depends. I mean, if the information he's asking for was your social security number, I think you ought to wait a little bit to give that to him.
Funny story. It actually was.
What?
It's for 401k stuff, so that way if something like happens to him and my mom, then whatever money is in that account can just go to me.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, D&D.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, we are. So yeah, basically, you just kind of finished your food up after that, and went up and all slept. At least, presuming there was nothing you wanted to do before that. And yeah, if there's nothing else you want to do, we'll pick up the next morning.
Have nothing for me.
Okay. So the next morning is still overcast, but much, much better than yesterday. There's no rain to speak of just yet, just a kind of dim grey, quite promising for your upcoming trek.
Ah. Yeah, that looks like the joyful summer is closer to us than we imagined. And I kind of, strum out a cheerful tune on my viol.
Is this downstairs?
Yeah, I kind of do it a little bit on my way downstairs.
Right, yeah. Summer smiles at you as you get down there. Always good to have a minstrel in here. Gives it a certain atmosphere, you know. The fire has been kind of the fire is no longer roaring in the corner. It's been put out, and you see that she's just kind of making the morning preparations. There's actually no one else down in the tavern at the minute, except her.
Yeah, as I'm playing, I just kind of note. Yeah, well, life can never be any fun without music, can it? And I kind of weak.
I tend to agree. And yeah, she kind of just goes back to cleaning the area behind the counter. I presume the rest of you have probably come down by now.
Yeah, stirred by the sound of the instrument.
She's like, who's playing viol at 6 a.m.?
We'll kind of groggily walk through. It's just, I was hoping after 4 or 5 days he'd calm down. But I'm beginning to think that this is how he is all the time.
Yeah, Guitar looks at him. If you have a problem with that, you can leave.
Uh, when we hit the road, please at least keep it less. And he kind of puts his hand up a little bit up here and more like middle ground.
Guitar kind of shakes his head. You
Someone's
don't
just
understand.
watching this play out with quite amusement.
Yeah, I kind of finished.
Yeah.
I kind of finished up the cheerful tune and put my vial away.
Look out the window. You said it was overcast, right?
Yeah, so it's kind of grey skies, no sun to really be seen, but not raining just yet.
He'll let out like an audible, just relieved sigh. Just another easy day for eyes.
Oh yeah, I think I heard that about you, kobolds.
It's unfortunate to our nature, but gold must
Aye.
be earned, and people don't care for when you're sneaking around at night.
He kind of gives you a pitying nod. Personally, I can't imagine not being able to enjoy a nice summer out. But, well, I suppose there's Drow out there who never see the sun.
An awful shame, really.
Aye, and well, dwarves too, always toiling in their mountains. In fact, you're gonna meet one of those soon enough, presuming you're still going after that gold.
But of course, we don't back down from challenges, do we? I kind of nudge. What was his name again?
Spurt?
Spurt.
No, spur, like a cowboy spur,
Spur. Gotcha.
Spur of the moment.
Yeah, I just kind of nudged Spur here with the comment. We never turn it down, right?
I don't see why we would. And he'll kind of look at his very deflated coin pouch. Besides, I don't think I can afford passing it up.
Yeah, you certainly didn't. You certainly didn't turn down the probably one adventure you've been on together so far. Well, in any case, what can I get you for breakfast?
What's available?
Whole host of bread and meat-based products, sandwiches, toasts.
More
Anything new?
importantly, was it included in the charge for last night, or is this a separate fee?
Oh, it'll be another half silver.
What do you say what do you say? Some, whatever your best sandwich is.
She shrugs. That depends on what you tabaxi like, I suppose.
We're not picky.
What are some of your favourite foods?
Yeah. Guitar kind of thinks it over. Really, anything with fish.
She kind of smiles sadly at you. You're not in a great place for fish. I regret to inform you. You're maybe on the coastal areas of any of the 4 countries you're on the border between, but not here.
My ears kind of droop a little bit, just like, guy can try. Whatever your least gamey meat is. Let's just say, I've had enough of that.
Could be doable. I'll get you something with chicken in it.
Yes, that sounds great.
And the rest of you.
We'll kind of just go and sit at a table to wait for everyone. It's just, you see, that's why I let nothing go to waste last night.
Well, yeah, so you all sit down after having ordered, and some will come back after a relatively short time with the meals. In that time, one of the two more people come down. One of them you recognise as one of the friends of that drunken high elf, who was one of the ones who was kind of quietly reassuring him, and kind of seemed to just fade back into the shadows when he started to go on his tirade, leaving him to his fate. And one of the one girl, one of the who you recognise as a wood elf, who was drinking alongside the others last night, and they both kind of just the man doesn't acknowledge you. The wood elf gives you a smile and a wave.
I kind of
just
smirk and wave back.
She kind of takes a seat close to you. Got a splitting headache.
I can imagine you were putting away that drink like no one else.
I fun to do once in a while. Poor Sally though. She collapsed after one drink. She's really not built for it. Honestly, really should have helped her, but I don't know. You look like adventurers. I presume you know what it's like when you get like that. It's all just funny to you. Nothing serious anymore.
I cock an eyebrow. I mean, at some point it gets serious, doesn't it?
Not when you're drunk, friend.
Yeah, yeah. I kind of level my gaze. Hence why I stick to the 1 glass of wine per day.
You're more sensible than I.
Hey, that there was that one night, but we don't talk about that.
She kind of glances at the rest of you, trying to get a read on what he might mean by this.
Don't ask. We don't entirely know. Though I would say that I definitely agree. That stuff completely rots your brain. I don't go anywhere near it myself.
Ain't nothing wrong with having a bit of fun, she says, with a laugh. It's only, well, you're kind of stealing your happiness from the future, let's say, but well,
I prefer giving.
That's my problem.
I tend to prefer to give it out.
Well, yes, and also one could argue that your only way of having fun is intoxicating yourself. There's probably something wrong with you. Sorry, that was very harsh.
Kind of looks at you a little incredulously. Yeah, you talk that way for every drinker, to every drinker you meet. I'm surprised you still have a nose.
Yes, it's something I've learned not to do. Why I said that, to be honest. Sorry.
Apology accepted. It's not like me to get into fights. And yeah, around this point, Summer arrives with your meals, and the girl kind of moves on, just getting her own meal and just sitting on her own on the other side of the tavern.
I kind of wink at her as she leaves, but I don't pursue it any further than that.
She smiles, but does not return the wink. And yeah, the meals are very good quality as always. You can tell the meat's fresh, probably taken from nearby farms. And before, we lost Matt.
Shoot.
Matt, ding dong, Matt is dead.
Oh no.
Ding dong, Matt
I'll
is
just-
gone.
Owner of his internet just died. He's offline.
Oh dear,
Um,
that would be terrible.
while I'll just chill, like, side roleplay stuff. Just while we're eating, I'm just gonna kind of just turn to Spencer. I'm really sorry I forgot your character's name. I'm trying to get Discord up to see.
Guitar.
Sorry?
GYU. Yeah. GYUTERRE. Guitar.
Guitar. Okay. She'll turn to Guitar and just kind of go,
Oh,
has
hello.
that ever actually worked for you?
Yeah. It's worked. Yeah, and I kind of triumphantly hold up a ball of yarn that was given to me some time ago.
You did miss very much, Matt.
Okay, my power
Oh.
flickered like 3 times there, so
Right.
Oof.
Oh yeah. Also, here's a very rough map of just roughly where you are on this continent. Everyone but Stevie should already be very familiar with this place.
Yes. Where we lost a good soldier.
Uh,
But yeah, you've been traveling from Mithroon, and which Stevie is the Wood Elf country, and you're now a little way into Vandaroon, which is High Elven.
And also,
And,
incidentally, where our characters somewhat ended up the last time.
Yes.
well,
Vandaroon. It's yeah, the holy cities of Vandaroon are not nice places. We'll just say.
Yeah. Like immediately stabbing a man multiple times for shoving it for throwing a dagger at someone's back.
I don't think that was an example of them being particularly unfair.
hold on, it depends on the perspective. Because the innocent person there, they got like 18 different stabs and like a shattered face and everything. For doing nothing, would definitely say that they aren't very welcoming.
oh my god, dude.
Yeah,
Porcelain Warforged.
Homeport was a wild city.
Oh dear.
But in any case, this place seems not that your characters know about any of that particularly, apart from like vague details you've heard.
Right.
But this place seems a lot more welcoming.
Right, exactly.
Oh yeah, and a criminal leader took all of Nine Tom's money, and that's it.
Oh, 9 of them.
Oh dear.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once we finish our meals, I feel like based on the timing, gonna go to that address and see what's what.
Yeah. So yeah, hold on. Here's a small, just a small update to the map.
That.
Bad. Is that Flipper Island there?
Yeah. Just think, your Locks and Libraries character are currently desperately trying to hold out on that small island up there.
Yep.
I love how it's just labeled as bad.
There was a lot of bad.
A lot of bad.
Not least of which being my character being brainwashed.
And then my character, the porcelain warforged, standing up. What was it? 4 times?
Three times.
Three
Yeah,
times.
3
Three
natural
times.
20s on death
Times.
saves.
3 times from rolling a natural 20 on death saving throws, and then dying outright on the last one.
This is a campaign I would have been interested in.
It was crazy.
Holy
I'll
shit.
tell you the full story sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tom, and also the other thing is Creation Ablaze, or the little of that got done took place a couple months before Locks and Libraries. I have a large like continent spanning storyline.
So what you're telling me is your style of DMing is just to do a cinematic universe out of it all.
Yeah, very much. I actually, I won't share it right now because we're already getting off topic. But I did actually make a doc of or a like diagram of how every campaign I've ever run relates to each other.
Wow.
Includes some you guys have played, some you guys didn't, but I will send it after the session.
Yeah. Anyway, this session.
Yes, this session.
Yeah.
So the address is kind of a very plaintive house. It's kind of sandwiched between two other straw cottages, very typical kind of English style houses, and it's very uniform, kind of wooden planks that you can tell have been painstakingly measured to be perfect. Hasn't really saved it from rotting a little bit, but it looks like a relatively new building compared to all of the others around here. And within, you find a dwarf who is just sitting behind the desk, dressed in a uniform grey. No armour, just standard clothes. And he's just sitting at a desk, his hands are clasped together. Hello there, he says as you walk in.
Hola.
Presume you're here to inquire about the job?
Perhaps. It's just wondered what would make a wizard sitting in a tower worth 400.
Well, you see, he's quite important to this village, is Solomon. Without his services, the villagers are having to clean their own clothes, deal with, the flooding these last few days. He can't just come in and destroy the water like he normally would, and it really would save the mayor and I a lot of headache if someone were going to go find him and bring him back.
Well, cool.
And, well, he's a wizard. I work for the mayor. We're pretty rich people, so we can offer a pretty big reward, And, well, of course, there is a slightly less pleasant part of it, which is that we don't exactly know what's in his tower. There's no one else who's seen the interior but him, so if he's trapped in there, who knows what's trapping him, but,
I'm sure we'll be fine.
Yeah, for adventurers like you, it'll be piece of cake, I think.
If
Any
I
case,
may, did you want him back? I assume alive, but
like, what? You were going to kill our town's mage?
Spurn!
well, I mean, accidents happen and stuff. It's just we'll do what we can. You said it yourself. You're not sure what's in the tower. If we find him and he's in less than optimal position,
alive, yes. If you kill him, not only will you get no reward, but you'll probably get, well, no guard left now, but if there was a guard left, you'd get them on you.
Yeah, I kind of slap Spur on the back of the head. Yeah, you wouldn't want Mr. Donkey Pants over there going after you.
It's important to specify how people want things back. Sometimes they want them alive, sometimes they don't, and if you switch it up, they're not always happy.
Yeah, context clues. Right. Learn to read them.
They're not always happy.
Yeah, learn.
What was it you said?
Yeah, learn to
they're
read.
not always happy.
I don't like to infer kind of just very sternly, I don't like to infer things. I like it to be very clear and plain.
And it never gets any less irritating. Why am I switching? Why am I shifting to Scottish? This guy's supposed to be Mexican.
Yeah, I'm the only one who gets the luxury of shifting accents.
As he proceeds to not do that.
Yes, just every character is just British accent with a slightly different pitch. You're in Britain now, bitches. Yeah. So yeah, he's kind of just glaring at Spur.
Spur's just kind of I'm trying to just continue.
Nevertheless, we'll bring your friend back alive.
Well, it's about a 2-hour trek from here to get to the tower. It's back the way of the forest, just north. Go west, bearing slightly north. Got a compass on you?
I kind of look at Techni. Yeah, do we have a compass? I don't have one.
I'm afraid that I don't really have one.
Dave,
Well,
do you have a compass?
Now, if you're talking, you're muted.
Oh no.
No.
We've lost now.
Oh no!
No.
AFK?
Well, we'll just continue.
Here, I'll check the character sheet. I'll see if
Yeah,
there's a
that's
compass.
a good idea.
I don't imagine that there's a compass.
No, probably not.
Oh yeah, I forget there's a Google Doc one. So let me see.
Wrong tab.
Clothes, disguise kit, belt pouch, backpack, bedroll, mess kit, tinderbox, torch, rations, wood skin, rope, holy symbol, and set of weighted dice. No compass.
Don't worry, though. We have a set of weighted dice.
To be fair, that's more than what I have. Let me read to you my gear. I have 2,000 ball bearings, my palm pistol, my studded leather, and my tinker's tool. That is my entire inventory right there.
Okay.
I have a rapier, 4 javelins, 2 hand axes, an explorer's pack, a vial, a masquerade costume, and a small yarn ball.
I
Just, for your
have
downtime.
I have a bedroll, a mess kit, rations, rope, heaven, tinderbox, torch, and water skin.
Definitely more prepared than I am.
Yeah, he just gives a great sigh. Well,
It was kind of a spur of the moment decision to check this out. So
well, if you got, I suppose you better hope Lady Luck's on your side. And he just kind of like shakes his head once again disapprovingly.
Hey now.
And
Hey now. Lady Luck's been fortunate enough to let us get here.
yeah, besides, I don't know why you're upset. They're disappointed in us. You're the ones that misplaced a whole wizard.
He glares at you again, even more strongly this time.
That was powerful.
Once again, I slap Spur on the back of the head.
Yeah, he just kind of looks up. One of these times, you're gonna stick your hand on these, and it points to his horns. You're gonna regret this.
Yeah.
He just kind of like Razzle Tazzle looks at the rest of you. if I reduce the reward, if I increase the reward to 450 gold, can you promise me that he won't see a penny of it?
Guitar kind of looks at Spur.
Spur immediately just kind of like already has his hand kind of towards his palm pistol, like, yeah, just kind of gives you a look like, don't do it.
I thought so. He growls.
Tact and gentlemanly conduct. Work on it, Spur.
Either way, well, it's westward, and once you reach the forest, bear north a bit, you should be able to find a trail from there. It'll take a bit longer than if you'd had a compass, but, well, no avoiding some things. And
we'll find
yeah,
a way.
he just kind of, well, report back here, wizard in tow, and you will have, yes, you will have your reward.
Understood. Have yourself a safe day, Mr. Razzle-Tazzle.
You too. And yeah, he just kind of draws a deep breath as I presume you all exit.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, the village is a little more active here than it was yesterday, but there's a few people just milling around, drawing some water from the well. Couple farmers you notice kind of a little way out, tending to fields of wheat and barley. And yeah, do you have anything you want to stop off for, or are you just heading straight to the tower?
I'm kind of thinking heading straight to the tower. Maybe stopping along the way to wink at some ladies.
They don't particularly acknowledge you.
Along the way, I'd like to keep an eye out for just a nice stick. There's a reason I need a stick.
Unfortunately, in the village, there's no real trees to speak of. The village is kind of in a basin between a few hills, and you know from last night that the surrounding area is mostly just barren plains.
Even just like along the way to the tower, just keep an eye out for a nice.
Yeah.
Should have gotten the stick while we were in the forest.
Well, I didn't need the stick then. Listen, there is a legitimate reason that I need a stick. Okay, I sound like a bad man, but there is a reason.
Yeah.
So, as you kind of leave behind the confines of society, the road is still relatively muddied, having not fully recovered from last night, but it's much more pleasant to not be walking through the whipping rain.
Yeah, the mud's probably not nearly as moist as it was last night either.
It isn't.
Well, on the bright side, it looks like I'll only have to wash my feet when we get back.
So you and as you head out from the village, you're kind of just cresting the second hill. You hear a shout from behind you. Someone you don't exactly recognize. A very short human, probably only a few inches taller than Razzle-Tazzle himself. He with bright blue eyes, well-kept red hair, and a very neatly trimmed beard. He's just kind of running towards you. His outfit is outlandish. A suit of purple and pink, an ill-fittingly small top hat balancing on his head. And he looks like he was perfectly clean as he set out, but carelessness and wishing to run has kind of splattered the bottom of his trousers with muck. I'm sorry. Hello there. Would it be presumptuous for me to presume that you're the ones headed to Solomon's Tower?
We are.
So what stroke of luck finding you. Well, you see, I consider myself an apprentice of the old wizard, and while I'm not much of a fighter, I've been around the place a few times. I actually went to Razzle Tazzle myself to try and claim the reward. He informed me that there were already people on the way, and that I should try and catch up with you. But, well, I'm not a fighter. I can scarcely cast a spell to save my own hide in combat, but I think my knowledge of the tower and its layout might, just provide a little extra help for you. And, well, I wouldn't be wishing for any of the money.
I kind of look at the others, just like, so we babysit so we babysit our little purple friend here, and we potentially don't get killed by the tower when we go in.
Yes, that's precisely what I'm proposing.
You're surprisingly amenable to this whole babysitting idea.
Well, you see, as I pointed out, I'm not a fighter, so to take on that tower myself, if potentially something has gone awry, yeah, it wouldn't be ideal.
I kind of look at the others. Thoughts? Okay, good talk.
I'm sorry. Help me understand something here. If you were an apprentice for a wizard, how are you not quite a fighter?
Not all spells are fighting spells, he says quite indignantly. And I mean, well, maybe I could, send a mote of fire forth, but that won't really. That scarcely phases any of the regulars of the tavern, let alone anything you might encounter in a forest.
Mm-hmm.
I think my biggest concern is a wizard apprentice wants to join us on a quest into a dangerous tower, says he can't fend for himself, and then doesn't want any of the gold when we complete the mission.
Well, you see, with Solomon being my master and all, I want to see him well. I want to know he's not, dying up in there.
Can I make an insight check?
You can.
Hey, the first roll.
Yep. I'm surprised you took this one.
I'm surprised you didn't have me roll charisma for any wink checks.
He's hard to read. He seems certainly like an odd fellow, but you don't see anything kind of outwardly malicious or any hints that he might have any hidden intents.
He's just kind of, eyeing him up and down. So you said you can't fight. How would you keep from getting in our way if we had to?
I could stand near the back.
And if something comes for you?
I could run away.
Sproul kind of look up at his fellow traveling companions here and just kind of like,
Look, I promise I won't get in your way. I'll do my best to stay out.
I just kind of cock an eyebrow, just shrug. All right, we'll give you 2 chances. If you lead us into danger more than twice, we're not. Well, once we get to a safe spot, we're kicking out of the tower.
Yes, that sounds more than fair, he says, just somewhat frantically. Yes, and well, as far as I know, you don't actually know where the tower is, do you?
We got directions.
We haven't.
Well, that can be the first thing I help you with. And he just kind of points in one very specific direction. It's over that way. Should be an hour and a half or so, going at a brisk pace.
And you have a compass to verify this.
As a matter of fact, I do, he says, and just pulls out a golden compass. And yeah, he just opens it, and the needle is pointing north, but so north is there, and if we bear 35 degrees, yes, there. And he just gives a nod. Yes, I've made this journey many a time.
All right then. Let's follow his lead then.
So yeah, you all set off, and it's quite an uneventful walk. Your new friend. Let me look up his name. Your new friend, who has probably introduced himself as Dirthly by now, does not appear to like he appears to know where he's going. He doesn't seem very talkative, and he just kind of leads you. And soon enough, you do indeed come into sight. After a brief walk under the forest canopies, come into sight of a clock tower. Kind of very fancily constructed, mainly of cobblestones with wood supporting it. And the entrance is a very ornate metal door, which he seems quite nervous. He'll cautiously turn the knob and swing the door open.
Important question: did I find my stick on the journey?
Yes, you're in a
Okay,
forest.
good.
There will be a stick somewhere. I think it's safe to presume.
I just want to be sure. I need it
All
so
of
I
the
can
trees
make
have
my
burnt
gun.
But is that stick better than bacon?
I
What?
mean, I can turn it into a force ballista, a flamethrower, or something that projects a shield. So I'd say yes.
Do you need a particularly good stick, or will just any stick do?
I mean, I think just about any stick would do.
Okay. Yeah, so in that case, you don't have to roll for anything. You find a stick. You may add that to your character sheet.
You know, while I'm at it, can I find another stick and use it as a club, if need be?
You can use it as an improvised weapon, but not a club.
Like a little. Or I said club. I mean like whatever a little quarter stick thing would do.
Knock you in your head with my stick.
Whack.
Okay. In any case, yeah. So the entrance to the entrance to the tower is much less decorated than the rest of it. It's a straight hall that's completely undecorated, apart from a small picture frame hanging from the right wall.
Is there a picture inside the frame?
There is not. It's just empty.
Now, who would waste a perfectly good picture frame and have it be empty?
Have you stepped forward into the hall by now?
Not quite yet.
Okay.
I'm just noting the strangeness of the decor.
Well, it's just in here, but watch out. He says Dirthly. Right there. And he just points. He points at a spot on the floor. Could everyone make a perception check?
Everyone?
Well, whoever wants to.
Make a what
Okay.
check, you said?
Perception. A.K.A. the only wisdom skill that is not negative for me. And still get a 3.
A.
Okay. No.
Yeah, I'm just typing it. I'm on mobile, so it takes a while.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough.
GG.
Because autocorrect is bad.
Yeah, I understand. Okay, so
Yeah,
everyone except
Guitar.
Guitar picks up on the fact that there is an incredibly thin wire running across the hallway. Uh, that's a trap. You see, the that painting, if it's triggered, the poison darts will fire from its frame. So, yes, if you go ahead and disarm that, will be okay to proceed.
How high is the frame?
Um, it would go over you.
Perfect.
It's around chest height for your average person.
You know, if he's built this place for just your average people, I think I'm golden.
Yeah,
So, seeing that the danger is clearly out of range, you'll kind of smugly look up towards everyone else and back to it and just, well, who wants to disarm it?
Does anybody know how to?
yeah,
I mean, we could just crawl underneath it in theory.
Well-
That would also work.
Guitar kind of smiles. Watch and learn, and he proceeds to try and do the limbo under the thing he can't see.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Make a dexterity save.
Dexterity save.
Yes.
See, this is why I did X Barbarian.
Okay, yeah. Despite activating the trap, as you trip over the wire you can't see, you kind of swiftly lunge back as a set of poison darts flies out from the picture frame.
I kind of work it into an impromptu dance routine to try and play it off.
I completely forgot that your perception was low enough that you couldn't see it.
Yeah, I tried to make it look like, yes, I meant to do that.
Okay.
See, now
well,
we can collect the darts and use them.
we can proceed now, he says.
How often does he come to this tower?
It's the question is less how often he comes to it; it's more how often he leaves it. He's slightly paranoid fellow, you see.
I'd say that's probably an understatement.
What? Oh.
He's when I've asked him about this before, he always says, anyone who I want in my tower will know.
I take it we're not people he wants in his tower right now.
You're strangers, and strangers are people he doesn't want, no matter the circumstances. I don't know. I just want to find him, and yeah, I want to clear this tower and get out.
Well, let's continue then.
He nods and kind of shrinks to the back of the group, as kind of prompting the rest of you to open the next door.
I kind of open it with a flourish.
Yeah.
When he goes to open it, I'd like to kind of take cover just in case.
Same.
So the hall continues for a little bit before an archway gets it. An archway leads into a large chamber in the bottom of the tower, with a small lift in the center of the room, probably big enough for the five of you to all get into at once, though uncomfortably. And within two alcoves either side of the lift stand two mannequins displaying full chainmail armor.
Didn't take this man for a model.
He likes his armor. He can't wear it, but well, keeps it here anyhow.
I don't see the need.
Those-
Keeps it from breathing.
Aye, that's his complaint as well.
There anything we have to watch out for in this room?
Well, there's nothing I know of. I know he's said before that there's guardians somewhere around here, but I can't say I've ever encountered them.
Ah,
I'm gonna.
out of character, I see.
Yeah,
In character.
Is that something our characters can infer from what he said? Can I make like a general intelligence check to see if that's what I think?
Go ahead.
I would like to do that as well.
I would also like to do that.
That's just a regular intelligence check.
Clearly, I'm not. Clearly, I'm not in the know.
Well, I might be.
Oh, I'm
We
vaguely
might
in
be.
the know.
So,
Oof.
yeah,
2 4s and 2 15s.
so, Guitar and Taki, there don't really seem to be any guardians around. Whatever guardians there were, probably just left at some point. Bear in time, you kind of managed to infer that there are two things in this room. There is a chance that these are the two guardians that were mentioned.
We're all kind of look up to Day and just. I bet you 20 gold from the reward. That's them.
I'm just gonna
Yes.
completely straightforward.
Well, where they are, they seem to have gone, and I start to walk toward the lift.
As you do so, the two animated armors spring to life.
I called it.
Silence. And he just goes,
Roll for
Oh,
initiative. And yeah, they don't seem very interested in kind of. They seem to just regard you as enemies.
Whoa!
So roll for initiative. I'm gonna do the cool person thing here and make a thread.
ooh, genius.
Yeah. Look, I'm telling you guys,
I'm working on what my initiative is.
I'm telling you guys, I'm the I'm the lucky man. I get nat 20s very often.
My initiative bonus is just dexterity, right?
Yes.
I don't know why that was so hard for my brain to like reach that conclusion.
Okay, so let me just get this noted.
Oh man, I love how I go from rolling a 3 to rolling a 16, from rolling a 4 to rolling a nat 20.
Seems about right.
Yep.
Hold on, I've just got to reference the characters' names, and I will be with you in a second.
No problem.
Take your time.
Okay. Initiative is in the chat. So, Guitar, you kind of recover remarkably quickly. Or actually, no, I can be meaner than this.
Why would you do this to me?
Guitar and Techie, I'm gonna rule that you two are surprised by this.
Okay.
Does that mean that my turn gets skipped?
Yes, that means your turn gets skipped for the first round.
How dare you?
Yeah, and
So,
killing a leaf, it doesn't sound like such a bad thing now, does it?
you've not died yet.
Yet.
Yeah.
I spent so much effort coming up with this character's attitude and then just dead by mannequin.
Okay, anyway. So, the two armors going to lunge out, each at one of the people who unwittingly approached the lift. The one attacking Guitar is going to roll a 12. Does that hit?
Nope.
Okay.
Not even close, baby.
Yo.
The other one is going to roll an 8. So,
That surprisingly misses.
yeah. So the two of you kind of... Guitar, I'm guessing you'd probably bring a blade up and counter the swing.
Yeah, it's more so that that like I see the movement out of the corner of my eye and I kind of do the another dance dodge like I did against the
Right,
darts. But my hand
Then
does go
each-
to my rapier.
Right, yeah. Then each of them make their second attacks. Guitar, that's a 13. Does that hit?
No.
Okay, and Techie, that is a natural 20. So kind of the time it took you to dodge out of the way of the first one meant it got an easy swing in, kind of a pressure point. Just kind of drawing some blood, dealing 7 damage.
Okay.
That sounds.
And
She just kind of like screams out in pain with that.
next up is Dursley from the back, who just kind of cries out, "No, what are you doing? These aren't enemies, they're friends." Or meanwhile, attacking with a firebolt. He rolls a 19 and manages to hit one of the animated armors
Okay, I was worried for a second, like.
for 3 damage. So yeah, it kind of it just kind of melts. The motor fire melts a small piece of the armor. Next up, Techie, you are still surprised, so Spur, it is your turn.
Matt,
Oh, sorry about that.
you're fine.
Someone came in.
Alright.
All right. Let's see. Using my action and the stick I was able to find, I will kind of reach my pocket, cobble some stuff onto it, and quickly slap it on my shoulder. My tiny eldritch cannon, with it being the Force Ballista one, before getting a little bit further back into a better spot and it firing upon which
There's 2 of them.
yeah.
The one attacking Techie is the one that's taken 3 damage.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and go for that one.
Okay.
So that's going to be ranged spell attack. Let me see. That's going to be 2.
Uh-oh.
That misses.
And then I fired,
All right.
and then I missed.
That's fine, because now we're ready to do optimal damage. All right, that's my turn.
Wait, that's your whole turn.
I used my action, my movement, and my bonus action to fire
Okay.
it. So
Okay, well, Die, it is your turn.
Okay. Dai is going to pull out a large, what's the word? Morning Star, that's the one. Big spiky thing. And essentially Not entirely sure if this will work. Yeah, go straight for the animated arm.
Okay. The one that's already been very slightly damaged, or the other one?
No, the other one.
Okay. So this one is currently in melee combat with Guitar.
Yeah.
And it's guitar, not guitar.
Text my top roll.
Guitar. Okay.
It's you. It's you before I.
Okay.
No, I. Yeah, no, I before you. Sorry.
I see. Okay. Yeah, I see.
Okay, and that starts out. Hey.
Hey.
That hits.
Okay. And that's 10 damage.
Okay, yeah, that seems very it's a very effective hit, just kind of going straight through the chainmail. Powerful strike.
Oh yeah.
And yeah,
then,
you create a tear in it.
So, and I'm gonna leave it at that for now.
What'd you say, sorry?
I'm gonna leave it at that for now.
Okay. So back to guitar in that case.
Okay, so yeah, so upon so at first I was kind of focused on the one that that struck at me, but but hearing Techie get beamed by that other one. Guitar's kind of playful look kind of drops a little bit, and then his eyes start giving off a minor glow as he begins to go into rage.
Okay.
So something unique about Storm Heralds is that as a desert I can deal. Hang on, let me get the book that has it.
Right.
Because I know it does damage. Here we are. Yeah, the two, the two animated, if and either of the animated armors that are within 10 feet of me will take 2 fire damage.
Okay. Yeah. They are within 10 feet of each other currently, yes. They're just either side of the lift.
And we're leaving the attack range of the one currently on me. Provoke an opportunity attack if I go for the one that's on Techni.
I'd say they're close enough that you could get away with it. You'd put yourself in range of both of them, but yeah, you wouldn't incur an opportunity attack.
Alrighty. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna swing my rapier at the. I'm gonna swing my rapier at the one that hit Techie.
All right, go ahead and make an attack roll.
14.
14 unfortunately does not hit.
Yeah, I suppose having a desert like aura pop up around you would throw off your aim a little bit.
Yeah.
That's about
Is
all.
that your whole turn? Okay.
Yep, that's about all I can do.
What you have successfully done, however, is drawn the attention of that animated armor. So it is going to make 2 swings against you, both of which are 16s to hit.
Ooh, no dice.
So that they hit.
No, they don't.
Oh, okay, nice. Okay, the other one is going to make 2 attacks against Die. That is a 16 and an 11. Do either of those hit?
Give me a second, that is very wrong. It says my armor class is 11 when I'm wearing chainmail and have a shield. I think I may not
That
equip
is right.
those.
Yeah, I think you might have to equip them.
Yes. Chainmail, shield. Give it a sec to update.
Right.
Bruh, the Wi-Fi here is so slow.
Well, if you have chainmail under shield, then that would make your AC 18, I think. So
That's the
you
AC that
should,
my
yeah,
paladin has with the same setup.
yeah. So
Oh,
it
sick.
shouldn't
Okay.
it shouldn't hit.
Yeah, it doesn't hit them.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you kind of one of the attacks you parry with your sword, the other one clashes into your armor, but very uselessly. Very uselessly just bounces off. So
Hell yeah.
Dirthley is going to make one more firebolt, but this time miss, and it simply crashes into one of the cobbles in the back walls.
To add insult to injury, it doesn't even cause a fire.
Next up, Techie. Your first turn.
Okay. So toward the animated armor that got her kind of good there.
Yeah.
Well, she looks toward it, and you see her already pretty bright green eyes glow even brighter as a little ball of green fire pops up. So she is casting fairy fire and
Okay.
needs to make a dexterity save of DC 13.
Okay. And one fails, one succeeds. So the one closer to you gets caught in more of the splash and fails, while the other manages to evade the
Okay.
blue fire.
Okay. So with that, any attack roll against that animated armor in particular, it you all have an advantage of if the attacker. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you'll have advantage on that animated armor. And as a bonus action, well, first I would like to move back probably about 10 feet to get away. And yep, okay.
You would take an opportunity attack trying to move away.
Okay. I guess I'll risk it.
Okay. So one attack and it rolls an 11, which I presume misses.
Say that. Say that again.
It was 11.
No, an 11 hits.
Um,
That is...
I have
Okay.
very shitty AC apparently.
right. That's 6 damage then. As it just kind of makes a grab for you and manages to land a good punch, just knocking the wind out of you. But
Okay.
after that, you manage to retreat, assuming you're still up.
Just barely, but yeah.
Okay.
Uh, I guess as my bonus action, I'll cast. Alrighty, Tom.
Have fun.
Alright, see ya.
See you later, Tom.
Later.
Okay. As a bonus action, it's not gonna do a whole lot for me, but I might as well. Use Balm of the Summer Court. So I need to roll. Oh my god, what is it? I'm just gonna go ahead and roll 1d6, and then I'll be gaining a little bit of health back based on that roll.
Alright.
Alrighty.
Very little.
I mean...
And that's my. Oop, that's. Okay, there we go. That's my turn.
In all fairness, that's a whole 21st of your HP.
Say that again?
In all fairness, that's a whole 21st of your HP.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's about an eighth of my character's average.
Yeah, that is the majority of my health that was taken away. So I'm barely standing. But
Dear.
yeah, that's my turn.
And our DM is giving us the silent treatment.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize I was muted.
You're fine.
Spur, on to you.
All right, now I can attack twice. All right, so I'll kind of steady up, and so my force ballista can get a better shot, hopefully.
Yep.
And it'll fire at the same target as before.
So are you? I presume you're going for the one you have advantage on, since one of them got fairy fired last turn.
Well, the one that was fairy fired was the one that he was targeting last
Okay.
turn.
Yeah. Okay. I kind of lost track of that, but yeah. Okay.
You lost track of that, and I'm disappointed in you, George. You have 2 enemies in a party of 4, and I kept track of no less than 8 bramblers.
Does a 15 hit? I realized I didn't put that in the roll channel.
15 does not hit, no.
That's okay. That's why we got the 4.
They just barely dodges.
Okay, that's why we have the palm pistol. We're gonna bust out the palm pistol. Alright. It is important to have a space between the roll and the 2d20.
That
19.
does hit.
Alright, there we go.
Is this the first time the others have seen you hit something with your gun?
I mean, this is the first time I fired the gun.
Right.
And then I fired, and then I fired, and then I missed. I missed both times.
So I pull out my little palm pistol, and contrary to, I don't know if anyone else has actually seen guns to this point, but when this one fires,
Probably
contrary
not.
to the
They're pretty rare technology, just kind of privately commissioned by kind of nobles from artificers, so they're quite a rarity to see around.
Alright, well, I was going to say, contrary to the normal kind of black powder explosion, this one's got a bit of an arcane shimmer to its powder, so I shoot out my little projectile for 10 damage there. And thankfully, no misfire.
Yep. So yeah. 10 damage is dealt. And we are, I believe, back to day.
Do you know the day?
Yeah, it's Wednesday, mate.
Oh my gosh.
No,
it isn't. It's Tuesday.
I wish it was Wednesday over here.
Now are you there?
No, it's your turn.
Yeah. Sorry. I have. Yeah. Okay. At this point, oh, sorry. Give me a second. I'm just recovering. Yeah. I'm sorry. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and cast Thunderous Smite, and then. Oh no! Am I high enough level to be able to use that in the same turn as an attack? Oh, I'm not. Okay.
Hold on. Wait, I think.
Oh, it's a bonus action. No, it's a bonus action.
Yeah. You can.
Okay. I'll cast that, and then I'll do another Morning Star attack.
Okay. Are you going to go against the same one you were before, which you won't have advantage on, or are you going to try and get the other one?
Yeah, I'll go for the other one. If I'm going to get advantage on it, I might as well.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like Spencer, you can kind of just barely get out of range without triggering an opportunity attack.
Can I actually move if I'm using? Can I do all that if I'm using my bonus action to do this?
Yeah. Movement isn't a bonus action.
No, but disengaging.
We're not.
You don't need to
disengage.
you don't need to disengage. You're close enough to both of them.
Oh, okay.
And they seem like dumb creatures, so they're not like They're not. Oof. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Damn.
They're not exactly strategizing this fight. They're just kind of swinging at whoever happens to be near it.
That's fair enough.
They have an int of 1 and a whiz of 3, so.
They're also about to have a HP of 0.
Yeah, and
That's
you've got the
2d6.
smite. You've got the smite as well. Right?
Yeah, I'm just.
Two D
Oh,
26.
that is the wrong number. That is
So
the wrong number.
by the way,
Don't do
the crit counts towards that. So that's 4d6.
Oh, really? Oh, damn.
Yep.
That's okay.
So 30.
Yeah, I'll take 40 damage.
Okay, so you
I missed it.
you strike at the armor with a thunderous clap sound, and the armor simply shatters. It's kind of
Alright, there's
splintering
no
wood
armor
just
left to
flying
possess.
everywhere. It's a brutal scene, and there's now only one of them left.
Oh, I don't normally do that, to be honest.
Guitar, back to you.
All right. I kind of barely acknowledged the fact that the person had attacked just kind of exploded. I'm gonna start by since I'm still raging, use my bonus action to deal 2 more fire damage to the still living one.
Okay.
And then
Yeah, go ahead.
the rapier. I'm assuming that hits.
That does hit, yes.
All right.
It does not use a legendary action to resist, no.
Now, since this is using my dexterity, there's no bonus damage applied from the rage.
No.
A shame. Yeah.
So, is there actually a mechanical benefit to raging if you don't get bonus damage from it?
Damage reduction.
Yeah.
That's true.
As well as the damage field from my particular subclass.
Right, yeah. Which make them useful as it is. You're the last one who swung at it, so thinking in very simple terms, it will make 2 more kind of fist strikes towards you, and roll a 14 and a 12, which both miss.
Like even focused and irritated as I am, it's there's still this kind of the subconscious dance moves of the dodging.
Yep. Dursley is really now living up to the fact that he said he's useless at combat as he rolls a natural 1.
Oh my god.
Just kind of. He seems to be attempting to cast a spell, and then as he does so, he just kind of sputters and starts coughing. Sorry, I'm so sorry. And yeah, on to Taki.
I'm seeing how I'm barely standing at this point. I'm just gonna excuse me. I'm just gonna do a little motion. Little green aura will appear and casting healing word on myself.
Okay. Yeah.
That is at first level, I should also say. Okay. Oh my gosh, I just saw it. Where'd it go?
It died.
Sorry.
That's fine, don't worry.
There it is. Okay. That's what I was looking for. Okay. So it is a plus. Okay. Okay, so I get 5 health left.
Yeah. Okay. I honestly don't know if we even need to play this part of the fight out, but we've got 3 turns. Spur, die, and guitar. It's all of you to go next and try and kill this thing.
Hell yeah.
So,
First
Matt,
spur.
on to you.
All right. You already know what it is.
Yep. The arm's already quite damaged, by the way, by a combination of guitar and die. Just swinging at it with swords quite relentlessly.
And this is the second one, the one I wasn't originally taking, correct?
Yes.
That's what I thought. 11. Man, my force ballista is
11 does
not.
not. 11 does not hit.
My force ballista is not doing too hot.
And then
I'm not
fire-
doing too hot.
So yeah,
It's
you
not
kind
okay. The science of guns is not an exact science.
and the science of aiming is apparently also lost on you as 2 bullets fly either side.
Okay,
Oh
well,
my
to be
God, dude.
fair, they're bright lights. It hurts my eyes. You know, there's fire coming out from behind me, which is bright, and it hurts my eyes as well. So I blame
Fair
the
enough,
other
fair
guy.
enough.
Yep. The
Okay,
fire hit
Naya,
something, but it wasn't what I was aiming for, so I guess I missed.
your turn, Naya.
Okay. Yep, I'll go for the last guy again. I don't think it's worth wasting a spell on Thunderous Smite. I'll just go with the normal.
He looks significantly more injured than the other one was already.
Yeah. As long as I don't miss, it should be fine. And I don't miss. I
You
hope.
do not miss, no.
If I did, I'd be quite worried. Okay.
Okay,
Oh.
doesn't quite take it out, but its armor is the armor on the mannequin is looking shredded at this point. Like it's kind of barely holding the kind of gauntlets that it's using to attack with together. And guitar, it is your turn.
Now, rage is still active, correct?
It will be, yes.
Yeah. So once again, a bonus action for 2 additional fire damage.
Okay, yep.
And if it's not dead, I will slice it with my
Not
rapier.
quite yet, no.
Well,
Okay, well, I'm not Tom, so there's no punishment for rolling a natural one.
yeah, I think
But
it's
yeah.
kind of like in the middle of this kind of focused, almost cool looking guitar. You're reminded that he's still guitar as he kind of fumbles with the sword a little bit.
Yeah. And the animated armor proceeds to just raise one fist and just punch you square in the face.
What did it roll?
It rolled a 22, hence why I didn't ask.
Ah, I see.
But its second attack was a 9, so that missed. But yeah, you take 4 damage from that.
Is that post production?
That's pre-reduction.
Aha! So 2 damage.
Yep.
Ah.
So it's an almost casual move. It just raises a fist and just punches you as you attempt to dance around. Gilfrey is going to miss again, unsurprising. And yeah, Haki, if you now want to try and finish him off,
Try to what now? Sorry.
Finish it off.
try to finish him off. I'll be frank. It looks like a slight breeze would kill this thing at the minute.
Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Well, after recovering a bit, Teki takes a deep breath and spreads her arm out and then claps very loudly for a thunderclap.
Okay.
Needs a Constitution saving throw. Still 13.
Okay. It fails. Rolls a 9.
Okay. So two thunder damage.
Okay. Which coincidentally is exactly how much HP it had remaining.
So you're telling me if I hit it? Ah, never mind.
Yes, that is what I'm telling
I think if any of us hit it,
you. So yeah, you clap, and the sound of thunder rings out from its head, just basically just popping it, like a balloon. And the armor, now in its completely unusable state, just collapses onto the floor, leaving you free to take the lift upwards. The lift is kind of. You see that the interior is operated by a hand crank, pretty much, so when you're in there, you'd probably need quite a bit of strength to turn it and kind of pulley yourselves up.
I kind of calm down from my rage a little bit and kind of look over at Teki. Are you okay?
I'm just hanging on.
Listen, you get behind me if that happens again, all right?
I appreciate it, and you see her kind of staggering a little bit, and it's like, I guess I wasn't as useful as I thought I was gonna be.
Well, compared to me, I think you're doing just fine. Says Deathly, kind of just emerging from the shadows. His small top hat is still right atop his head.
as
And
much as I
he's, yeah.
hate, as much as I hate
You
to agree with him, we all have our off times. At this point, it's first kind of looking at the cannon, trying to like tinker with it a little bit. My tools weren't exactly on shot either.
Yeah, yeah. Guitarka just kind of looks at him. Could that perhaps be because you built it out of a stick?
It is not the stick. I choose to blame the fact that, as I've said before, sunlight hurts, bright lights hurt. So when I've got fire coming from behind me and a little bit above, it's hard to aim.
Yeah, I just kind of roll
I
my eyes and yeah, and
I
oh, go ahead.
I apologize for contributing to that.
Like I said, it's no bother. It's just normally this way it points to the one with the little mechanical legs to it. Is supposed to help compensate for it, and he's just kind of still hitting it with his tools. But for whatever reason, it's just not quite working as it should.
In any case, I think we need to take a lift.
Yes. Yes. I've not been in the levels above this many times, but well, I've seen them somewhat, and I can tell you that there's not. You don't have to worry about any dangers for at least the next floor.
Yeah, yeah. And how tall is this tower?
5 floors by my count, and well, a sixth to get into the all the gears of the clock and the like, but well, no one ever goes up there.
Hmm. I'm gonna gesture everyone onto the lift and kind of visit, kind of gesture die in particular over to the hand crank.
Well, I think we should definitely be careful going up to the next floor.
No, it's safe. Didn't you hear me?
You know, I'm pardon me for having a little bit of doubt when
Look,
first thing inside the building there's poison darts, second thing there's moving mechanical machines that wish to seek our death.
well, I've
So
never
if
seen
it's
those
all the
move
same
before, honest.
if it's all the same to you, I am going to choose to be on guard.
He kind of just resigns himself to. He gives a look of resignation. Yes, that's fair enough. Fair enough. So yeah, are any of you particularly strong?
My strength is 12.
I'm pretty strong. I think that's
Okay.
very high.
So yeah, you can kind of get the crank going and
Oh,
just yeah. It's fairly heavy, but the pulley system alleviates most of the weight of trying to lift five, 4.5 people. And
I,
yeah, before long you are up at the next floor, where it's quite a large empty room with strangely smooth black walls with kind of pinpricks of light on them on occasion, mimicking the effect of stars on a night sky. Suspended in the center of the room is a large black globe, just pure black. It feels like staring into the abyss.
Hmm. Now, why would you include that
And
in the room so briefly?
and it's kind of suspended between two large. It's kind of suspended between two large kind of discs, and from the discs, one in the floor, one in the ceiling, and from them you can see copper wires leading higher up into the tower.
Now, what kind of madman brings down the decor with something like that?
Oh, this is one of the most important rooms of the tower. Yes, I don't tend to spend long in here because that thing. He nods to the black void in the center. It makes me a bit uncomfortable, but rest assured, if you don't go too near it, you'll be okay, and it doesn't move unless it's instructed to.
I see.
But well, yes, this is. He spends a lot of his time in this room. I'm not sure doing exactly what. I've never particularly asked. But well, might be something to investigate, he suggests.
Does the lift go up any further than this?
It does, yes.
Okay. Let's go past this floor a bit, Day. It's depressing in here.
Anyone have an objection to that? Or
No objections.
nope.
okay, yeah,
Might like to look on the way back, but for now we'll focus.
okay. So yeah, you repeat the hand crank process and come to what seems like a living quarters of some kind. A square room divided between a bedchamber and a study, with quite a few books, some and scrolls, some bearing bookmarks, kind of left in a shelf next to a desk. One of the books is out and on the desk, and the bed is a four-poster bed with a curtain drawn across it,
Hmm.
in such a way that you can't see if the bed is occupied currently.
I just kind of I cautiously walk over toward it.
Towards what?
The
The bed or the desk?
the bed.
Okay.
As he does that, can I kind of get my gun at the ready just in case?
What's your passive perception?
Mine or his?
Yours.
10.
Okay. You don't notice anything.
I'm
So
gonna.
are you? Yeah.
I'm very carefully opening the curtain.
Okay. As you open the curtain, you see something there, something breathing, and it kind of starts at you entering. Oh, with a deep breath, it snarls. The beast looks like an incredibly large cat, smaller than a tiger, but by a little. It's also got ice entirely covering its form. If you can make a nature check to try and deduce what this is.
Yeah, let me see about that. Nature. Ah, good. It's not tied to my wisdom. Not that it helps.
Okay, well, the cat's probably some kind of elemental, but beyond that, you can't identify it.
Ah,
Is it
good.
something we can all see right now, or is it?
You will all be able to see it, yes, and it kind of started at you opening the curtain and seems to be getting ready to attack, but kind of still holding back, reserving itself.
My apologies. I did not mean to disturb you. We're just looking for a magic man.
Oh, it's you. Okay. Dursley kind of, yes, it's okay, girl. You don't need to worry. These people are friends. He says, kind of attempting an animal handling check, which he does decently well on. The the tiger thing is still being very cautious. And yeah, he just he just kind of calms down after a moment.
Well, that is the second most embarrassing thing I've seen in a bed.
He kind of eyes you.
Techie kind of has a look of, I'm not sure if I want to know what the first is.
That's a look that Dursley's probably sharing right about now.
Yep. Refusing to elaborate. Guitar is now going to check the desk for anything useful.
The desk contains. What's Dursley's intelligence? Is he like gathering? Can he read? Sorry,
He can
not
read.
what's Geetha's intelligence?
He's got an 11
Geetha.
intelligence.
Okay, so yeah, he can read. The book is in a strange old script, kind of like it would be trying to read Middle English. It's quite difficult, so I'll ask you to make just a an investigation check to see how much you can discern from this.
18.
18. Okay, you can tell that the book is related to star magic and kind of star rituals. And there's one page that's been very heavily bookmarked. Kind of, there's a large bookmark sitting in it. When you turn to it, there's a lot of pages that have been frantically circled in some kind of red quill. And the page itself is on a constellation known as Stavenhilt, which is commonly it's a constellation commonly invoked in star magic, one of the more minor ones. And most often it's associated with winter and ice. So it's kind of if you were trying to summon the power of ice, this is what you would use.
Ooh. Got ourselves a cold-hearted starman here.
Huh. The the apprentice kind of gives a look of shock. Huh. Well, yes, I've not seen that before.
Okay. I kind of yeah, kind of shut yeah, I kind of shut the book and set it back down and yeah, I kind of look to Spur. So what do you make of a guy who's obsessed with a constellation that brings about the winter?
You cut out the end. That brings about what?
Yeah, that brings about winter.
I don't mind winter myself too much. I mean, the days are worse, but they seem shorter. But as for someone who spends all their time looking at stars and wanting to mess with the natural order of things, that's never been good in my. I can never see any good way for that to turn out. So I think that's about where I stand on it.
Question is, did he write this, or did someone in here write this?
Can I check the book and see if there's any kind of like author?
Yeah, you can. You'll have to roll investigation as well, just because it's written in that weird old script.
7.
Okay. Well, the author's name luckily isn't that hard to find. The author's name, you can't really tell what it is, but you can reasonably guess that the author's name is not Solomon. The other thing you find, probably more so, Guillotin finds this, is you notice that there's a lot of other torn out pages, kind of just haphazardly stuffed into one of the drawers in the desk, and the torn out pages are mostly relating to other similar constellations. So, for example, a constellation related to water, a constellation related to cold, have all been just ripped out the book, and in some places ripped themselves.
That seems a little bit concerning.
I agree. I mean, why would he tear pages out of the book and just leave them stuffed in his desk? I mean, just leave them in the book. You'd still use them. I mean,
Yes, I've never seen this before.
Can I get insight check on that? That's he said that twice.
Go ahead. Roll insight.
Hang on, what am I doing? I have a -2 on this.
can I make another insight? Because I agree, he is being kind of suspicious.
Me as well.
Hey, everyone get in on this group insight check. This is like the moment where you can hear a pin drop. Everyone just kind of looks his direction. Dude, I've got good modifiers. Why can't I get a good roll?
Oh, come on.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to have ever seen this.
How long have you been his apprentice again?
Maybe, I don't know, a few weeks. I've been in here a few times, maybe, once or twice.
Mm-hmm. How long
I'm
ago
kind
did
of
you go
looking
missing?
back to
You've been in this room in particular?
Once or twice.
So how have you not seen it before then?
That particular book, or those particular writings, I have not seen before. As I said, I have never seen them before.
I'm gonna turn and whisper to Spur.
Let's keep a close eye on him for now, shall we?
He kind of appears very nervous and just kind of claps his hands. Well, I think it's safe to say that the tower is now clear. We can turn back and go now. I think you'd agree.
There's still 2 more floors to check.
No, who told you that?
You did earlier.
I
think
think
this
I
should be
remember
the
saying
first.
something like that. He's kind of visibly just collapsing before your eyes at this point.
I'll kind of lean back to the group here. Not so much whisper as kind of doing whisper voice. I think this should be the first strike.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, and I just kind of tap Durfley on the head.
Make an attack roll.
Would this be using my strength or my dexterity?
Whichever you want.
Perfect. 13.
That hits. You kind of you knock him, and the ill-fitting small top hat he's wearing goes flying off his head, which drops the disguise to reveal Razzle Tazzle himself. I can explain.
Yes, please.
What's going on?
Well, his face is ashen white at this point, and he looks utterly terrified. Well, you see, I might have messed up something in giving you the mission. I was never asked to tell you to retrieve the mage. I was asked to tell you to clear out the rest of the tower, and specifically not to proceed to the mage. Um, yes, so I realised I'd messed that up, and I decided that it would be in my interest to see that you would complete the mission, and then try and get you away from this place before you to try and get you away from this place.
Before we what?
And
Before we what?
he kind of just he seems very reluctant to talk.
I'd like to try something for intimidation, but dude, my intimidation is a -4.
You probably have advantage under the circumstances.
It's still a dude. +5 modifiers that I can't break above like 12. You know what? We'll go for it though. I'll kind of.
Wait, my intimidation is +4. So do it, but use me as a threatening tool.
I was gonna say I also have a +3.
All right, we'll bring this together. I'll kind of brandish my little hand pistol, and so not only have you followed a bunch of adventurers out here to a tower, all alone, but you lied to us, and now you're keeping stuff from us.
He's kind of he brings a cloth out and just begins to wipe sweat from his brow. Oh, he's going to kill me.
Oh, I'm sure he won't kill you if he's really as good as if he's really as kind as you say.
Well, that's the issue. I sleep on the bottom floor of this tower when I stay here. He sleeps on the 3rd floor. I found the Guardians, quite agitated with me, including that cat, including some other things further up. They trapped me and wouldn't let me go to the top of the tower. And I received a message from him telling me to get some adventurers into his tower so they could clear the Guardians out, but under no circumstances were they to enter the wizard's chamber. I don't know why.
Is this even his tower?
It is his tower, yes. That part was no lie.
Yeah, get tired.
I think we're gonna have to ask this man some questions.
And he kind of walks over to the lift.
No, please.
Please what?
There's nothing I can say. I can't stop you.
That's right.
Can you do me one small favor? Could you let me take the lift down and leave the premises before you do this?
Now kind of look back to the group. I think he should just wait in this room.
Yeah, he's much safer here than he would.
He shudders at that.
After all, we still want to be paid, and at this point, I really don't trust you to not run off after we finish.
He just stares at you, white-faced. I suppose that's fair. It was my mistake.
Right. Now be a good man and stay here while we have a talk with this Solomon fellow.
He slumps into a corner.
Now the lift goes further up than this, right?
Yes, it does.
2 more floors, right?
2 more floors, yes. You know that the top one is the last kind of proper floor, and then above there is kind of a all the mechanisms for the clock tower.
So we're gonna check. Yeah. So yeah, I think checking the other 2 floors to see whether they're the wizard's chamber.
Yeah. So, okay. If you are heading upwards, then yeah, the 4 of you begin to head upwards together, emerging in a very different room to any of the ones you've encountered so far. It seems like some kind of laboratory. Kind of stone counters, bottles of all shapes and sizes, arcane runes spilling out over them, and with a back to you at one of the desks is what seems to be a man from the stomach up. And below that, it is simply a mass of snakes. I will post a reference image.
I'll very
Oh.
quietly look to the group and just. I'm not sure that I like this floor.
The lift has already made a lot of noise, I will say.
Still, in a faint attempt of whispering.
And the other thing you note is that there are a few cages with small animals inside them. Most of them seem quite normal. However, one of them is a little strange, as it is currently spilling out kind of divine rays of light from its eyes, mouth, and ears. And as you enter, the Rage Mage begins to turn and just says, "Oh, you're disturbing my work again? Unless you've got those adventurers to come in here and clear it out already." Wait a minute.
Hello.
Who the hell are you?
We're the adventurers.
Wait a minute, this
Why
isn't
are you-
the lower floor.
Why are you up here?
I think we might have moved the lever the wrong way.
Yes. We came to talk to you about something.
The mission specifically said to not enter the 4th floor of the tower.
And that wasn't what.
What do
That
you
wasn't the
think
mission.
you're doing here?
That wasn't the mission we were given. We were told to find Mr. Solomon and retrieve him.
The man lets out a kind of sigh. A very angry sigh. Damn you, Razzle Tazzle! Could have picked any more competent henchman, but... well... now that you've seen all this... I don't suppose I can ask you to leave and pretend you never saw anything here, can I? And he's kind of advancing towards you as he says this.
Perhaps if you explained yourself.
He growls. I need to explain nothing. And looking into his eyes, you can see that this mage is not quite sane.
Well, we kobolds tend to have rather bad eyesight, so I'm the sun's kind of peeking through the clouds. I can't quite tell what's going on in here. Kind of looking at the rest.
I draw my rapier.
All right, so much for that.
The mage checks a small wristwatch on one of his hands. Well, there should be time for this. And then maybe, if I'm lucky, there'll be time to flay that damned dwarf alive. And with that, he will begin his attack.
Initiative, I guess.
Yep. You have reached boss fight.
Hell yeah.
Damn.
I thought it'd be fun to just have the entire thing, the entire mission, just be a misunderstanding.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Okay, so Matt and I, which of you two wants to go first?
You can go first, mate.
All right, I'll
Okay.
take the first.
So basically, we're accidentally foiling an evil mage's plans.
You're accidentally foiling an evil mage's plans, which
Accidentally.
the one thing I will say is that you may have found out a bit more about the evil mage's plans in the room you skipped.
Yeah, we weren't exactly in an investigative mood, unfortunately.
No.
Hey, I said I wanted to view it on the way back because everyone didn't want to. So.
The road mage. And then there, and then
Hello.
there we go. Initiative order is up.
Hooray.
And yeah, so we begin with Spur getting to take a turn.
All right. Throw actually grabbed from one of his bags a bit of the fatty meat from last night's meal, and using it, we'll use some of the fat to cast grease
Okay.
at the feet of the wizard. When the grease appears, each creature standing in its area must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or fall prone.
Okay.
You're
Yeah, go
weaponizing
ahead.
cartoon physics on this
But
guy.
I assume that it's against my save DC thing,
It will be, yes.
which will be 13. So he's got to beat a save DC of 13.
He rolled a 3.
we got the snake man to slip.
Yep. He just kind of his several kind of tails just all kind of at once just fly in different directions and he falls flat on his face.
Nice. All right, so now that he's prone, we have advantage on attacks against him, correct?
Yeah, until he can get up on his turn,
Yeah.
yes.
So, with that being said,
I think he might have to be within 5 feet for that, though.
Take the wind out of his sails, why don't you?
Yeah, an attack roll against the creatures has advantage if the attacker is within 5 feet of the creature. So yeah, you'd have to get within 5 feet of him in order to gain the advantage.
Potentially.
What did you say, sorry?
He said potentially.
Yeah. So is that your entire turn, Matt?
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 Uh-oh.
We've lost him.
Alright, while he's recovering, I'm gonna use the restroom real quick.
Yeah, I'll do the
All
same.
right.
I feel like maybe I should take this module as a tutorial on how to run campaigns that only last one-shots that only last one session.
Yeah, I'm surprised this is going so quickly. It was
Yeah.
like,
I mean, to be fair, there's only 2 kind of significant events. There's like Tavern, Tower, and that's it.
yeah.
Yeah, we've taught you how to one-shot.
Well, to be fair, I wouldn't expect anything else I run to be an actual one-shot.
To be fair, normally Tavern can take up most of the session with this group.
Yeah, I mean, Tavern took about 2 hours here, yeah.
The only thing that keeps us moving at any sort of even pace is anyway D&D.
Honestly, the power of that sentence strikes fear into the hearts of us. How long do you think it'll be till we finish, Greg?
After this boss fight, we can basically call it done.
Sick.
All right.
I am getting up at 7 tomorrow for work.
Ah.
I'm not. I can survive though. I've got a lot of sleep over the past week, so I can
Okay,
handle
nice.
staying up
Yeah,
pretty
I
late.
mean this
Sorry about
this
that.
boss fight shouldn't be absurdly
fine.
long. It's he's got a decent amount of HP, but it shouldn't last like all night.
Yeah. Okay.
In any case, it will be nowhere near as long as the Locks and Libraries one. I'll promise you that.
Also, yes, you
I
were
can
right.
handle that.
Okay. Anyway,
So it's just going to be a normal attack.
yes,
Ooh, 24. I think
that's a
that
hit.
hits. All right. So, question:
Mm.
the Force Ballista has a thing where when I hit, it'll move them back 5 feet away. So
Okay.
does he just
Okay.
get grease slid across the floor? Just yeet.
Yeah.
All right.
I think it is fair to say that happens.
So he takes 11 damage and slides 5 more feet away.
Wait, what's going on?
I hit him with my Force Ballista, which the Force Ballista, when it hits, it pushes the thing 5 feet away. So he slipped and fell and got hit with force that just made him go heat across the floor.
The ballista kind of takes him in the stomach, and he just kind of flinches. Ah! And yeah, so is that your entire turn, or do you have a pistol shot too?
Yeah, that I had to use my action for the grease.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so next up, Die, it is your turn. He's still prone.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just go flat out and do another normal. No, do you know what? I'm feeling quirky. This is the end of the session. I'll use my my wacky glowy weapon.
Okay.
As well.
I keep
Wacky glowy weapon spell.
Does that mean a smite?
Yeah. No.
You're at advantage because he's prone.
It's wacky and glowy.
Yeah, you have advantage.
Oh yeah.
If I will. I
Wait,
feel like
hold
I
on.
should make this known.
Are you walking over
Yeah.
the grease to get to him?
I will let you guys know.
This is a good
A
question.
creature that enters the area or ends its turn there must also succeed on a
Yeah,
dexterity
okay.
saving throw or fall
No,
prone.
just before you make the second attack, make a dexterity save.
I'll do the second attack roll, and now I'll do the
Okay.
dexterity save.
Yeah.
This is fine. I have made no errors in judgment.
Okay, well, you survive the grease, however, unfortunately, the attack does miss.
I do a really cool. I do a cool, crazy spell, and my weapon starts glowing, and I charge and elegantly ice skate across the grease,
Right
and then I
past
just
him.
just past him.
I'd like to think that you missed because you kind of slipped but kept from falling.
Yeah, I say
That way it's no shortcoming of your own.
exactly.
Okay.
So
Why wouldn't you leverage personal faults in a comedy skit?
So Matt, remind me when the roll is for Grease again. Is it end of turn or start of turn?
Grease's end of turn.
Okay, so he will use 15 feet of his movement to get up, and then roar in anger as he strikes at as he strikes at Day with a tentacle.
Uh-oh.
Rolling a 25.
Oh my god.
Bruh.
So the tentacle kind of just slams across you, oof, dealing 12 damage. And he is additionally going to attempt to grapple you.
Oh no.
Could you make a dexterity save, please? No.
Sorry, yes. 1d20 plus 1. 8. Going well.
Okay, so yeah, you are also grappled by constricted by one of the kind of snakes on his snake tails on his
Nice.
and yeah. And for a final attack, for a final move, he is going to simply cast Firebolt at the troublesome kobold.
Bring it on.
That is a 15 to hit. Does that hit?
It misses.
Okay.
This ain't my first rodeo.
So, and yeah, that will be the end of his turn.
I need another saving throw from him since he didn't step out of the grease.
That is true, yes. This one, what's the DC again?
It is a DC 13.
Okay, he rolled an 11, so he
Flippin' fall.
falls once again.
So, question: what happens if he falls while grappling someone?
I think, given that it's the snakes doing the grappling and not kind of him physically, it'll stay there.
Alright.
So, okay. He has fallen over once again, just in time for Yuta to take his turn.
Well, Yuter's a little indignant at Dai being violated like this, and so he's going to. Well, first I'm going to make the dex save to to see about the grease.
Matt,
Kind
you've
of
caused chaos.
It was kind of an afterthought about everyone else having to cross through, and it was like it would have been fine, but the force ballista pushed him further, so it's like you gotta go through the grease for me. I'm sorry in advance.
So there are 3 people currently kind of sprawled across the floor.
Can I use my movement to get up from prone?
I believe so. Yes.
All right. While doing that, I would like to rage.
Gets mad that he fell and got his fur dirty again.
Just privately thinking to himself, "Spur, if I live, I will kill you."
Meanwhile, Spur's like, "Man, this is effective."
So I'm going to the activating rage will deal 2 fire damage to this rage mage.
Yeah.
And then
Goodness, it's not flammable.
I'm going to strike with my rapier. I'm still a little bit troubled from the grease. And do I need to make a dex save again to avoid going prone, or?
If it's the end of your turn, yeah.
End of turn, you do, yes.
Oh my god, dude.
What have you done?
Hey, you did it!
Hey.
Like the sword swing, almost put me off balance, but it was just like,
You know, I'm not even sorry about it anymore. I love it.
Okay, well, in any case, I believe it is now onto Peki.
I'm trying to figure out what to do here because I have range stuff, but it could affect Dan. God,
Dan Guterre, yeah.
get here, yeah. Like all my damage spells also happen within 5 feet of the targeted creature.
We'll be fine. We're the tanks.
I was gonna say, can both of you take a hit if something happens?
I've only lost 2 HP, so.
Nye, are you good to take a hit?
That was from being punched.
I'm good to take a hit. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. I really want to try this.
Always a good thing to hear.
So, Techie's eyes will glow again, like previously, and about 40 feet directly above the Rage Mage, Guetier and Day, is what appears to be a moon, and a silvery beam of pale light will shine down. And the three of you need to do a Constitution saving throw.
All right.
Okay.
Wait, that I forgot to.
He rolled a nat 1.
I rolled a 14.
Okay,
Alright.
so what we're learning is that not only does this mage have some weird evil plan, he's also incredibly incompetent.
So obviously the Rage Mage fails, and
Yep.
Spencer's good.
Nari, and I, do you have the con save?
Yes, sorry. Yep. Give me a second.
This really is just the comedy of one shot.
Yeah.
I feel like I've really needed one of these though. Like,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I feel like this had.
three.
Oof.
Okay, so
Yeah, so
what
that's a
happens
fail.
to the people
That's
who
a fail
fail?
for you.
Oh, in fact, wait, that's a nat 1.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It doesn't do anything extra.
Not for saving throws.
So both Rage Mage and Day are gonna go. More green flames are gonna appear around the both of them, and gonna take 2d10 radiant damage.
Ooh.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
And Spencer's gonna take half of that as
Yeah,
well.
go ahead and roll.
Do we both take
Okay.
the same 2d10?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I love that this is literally just a comedy sketch. Like, you've just got people like... I can hear the sound effects of, like, people slipping and falling on the street.
Oh.
So Naya and Rage Mage take 12 radiant damage, and Spencer takes 6.
All right.
Okay, that could be worse.
And
finding the person that made the encounter needlessly difficult.
and I don't know what this matters. But it also, I'm just gonna read what the rest of it says. A shape changer makes its saving throw with disadvantage. If it fails, it also instantly reverts to its original form and can't assume a different form. And
the Rage Mage is not a shape changer.
Alright. And on each of your turns after you cast a spell, you can use an action to move the beam up to 60 feet in any direction. So this is a concentration spell for up to 1 minute.
Yes. Okay.
So that's my turn then.
He's going to cry out as the radiant light burns, and he is going to use a layer action to attempt to open a crevice in the tower floor directly beneath Techie.
Oh, god damn it.
Could you make a dexterity saving throw?
Oh no. That's one of the things I'm not good with. It's one of 2 things I'm not good with.
Hey, but you can still get a good roll.
Oh, yes, that's just enough to succeed. So yeah, the crevice opens up beneath you, but you kind of manage to sidestep it and not fall into the room below, where you can now see an ashen-faced, still incredibly terrified-looking Razzle-Tazzle still looking up at you.
Can I shout down to him that he has to double the gold now?
He shrinks into himself.
Techie just goes, I don't think so. Toward the rage mage.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's my turn.
Yep. Okay. Back to Spur.
All right. Do I got any other zany spells?
Don't do it. You'll kill us all.
That's the idea. No. I gotta be careful because you all are like right there together. So let me
Yes,
see
yes,
here.
we are.
Okay, well, yeah, I can't really do fairy fire without getting you guys in that. Let me see here. What about? I gotta add the addition to that, otherwise I'll just get pictures of catapults.
Let me ask you something, Matt.
Yes.
If you had fairy fire prepared, why didn't you open with it?
Because I wanted to use grease. I honestly forgot I had fairy fire. I was just looking at some of the other spells I had.
Oh my god.
All right.
I mean, to be fair, I was last to go, so I don't think fairy fire would have been.
All right. So, are there any like small objects around me?
There's a few. There's some rugs, maybe a few kind of weapons, just different blades and things just strewed aside, bottles. There's quite a bit of stuff at this place.
All right, I'll do a bottle because I know that's going to be under 1 to 5 pounds, and I'm going to use catapult.
Okay.
So
Go ahead and
straight line to him. He's
go ahead
going
and
to have
roll
to
your
make a
attack.
dex saving throw, which actually he's prone, right?
He is, yes.
Does that auto fail dex saving throws or no?
Let me
I don't
check
remember.
the page. It's either that or disadvantage. Okay. Prone. It doesn't say anything about saves.
All right. Yeah, it doesn't have like okay.
Yeah.
So then he'll have to do another save DC here or be hit.
Okay. What is the DC?
13.
Okay. He rolled a 7.
All right.
This guy is terrible.
It's more just you're seeing the bounty hunter side now. I told you it was just proper calibrations need to be taken. All right, well he took 4 damage.
I'm sure that will really annoy
To be
him.
fair, it was a glass bottle, so it probably
That's
broke
true.
on impact, and it's probably just like shock factor. And now my
he wasn't
ballista
expecting it.
My ballista will shoot him.
Okay.
And knock him further away from us.
18.
Yep, that hits.
Alright, well, let's see. I believe it's going to be 2d8 then for the force ballista.
Although, one thing he is going to do here is he is going to use his reaction to cast Hellish Rebuke at level 3 at you.
Now, he's doing it to the force in response to my force ballista, correct?
Yes.
Alright, well, good news. It means my force ballista's taking the damage.
No, that's not how Hellish Rebuke works, I'm afraid.
Oh, wait, what's it do? What's it do?
Hellish Rebuke. You point your finger, and the creature that damaged you is momentarily surrounded by hellish fire. The creature must make a dexterity save and take 2d10 fire damage on a failed save, or half.
If I may, because Eldritch Cannon does have its own health. It does. It is its own entity.
I don't
so
know about that. Considering this flavor is being surrounded by hellish flames, I think even if it went for the cannon...
If it's like a parrot-sized cannon, that's not a lot of fire.
Your
Plus, you're
persuasion
talking
checks
about a
against me
kobold
and
that's
the failure.
probably equal in size with it.
In any case, yeah, roll for damage and then we'll deal with the hellish rebuke.
Alright. Yeah, it is 2d8, so 14.
Oh wow, yeah,
And he slides more.
hits him right in the chest once again, and there's kind of a nasty cracking sound as he slides another 5 feet back from the rest of you.
Now
So
he is
now,
at the edge of the grease now.
yeah. Now, could you make me a dexterity saving throw?
Alright, let me see here what my dex
You,
is.
you say about surrounded by fire, but you're talking about a kobold who's probably equally as big as his eldritch cannon.
14.
14 does not pass, I'm afraid.
Well, I can take the hit.
Dies
32.
immediately.
That's 32 damage.
Alright, well, in response to the force ballista, I assume it's just a massive
Yeah, just an explosion of flame just surrounding you.
I'm down.
Unsurprisingly.
I mean, to be fair, I
rolled high, wow.
was gonna say, to be fair, if I had 5 more HP, I would have lived.
Okay, so the hellish rebuke is done. Day, you are currently prone and have just seen this happen. What are you trying to do? No?
Sorry, yeah. Can you fill me in on what's happened?
Matt shot him with a ballista, getting him low, and then got blown up.
Okay.
Matt's down, the guy's 5 feet further away from you, but still in range.
Am I still held in his tendril?
Yes, so you can, but you
I need
can,
to still
start
get
of your
out.
turn, you can make a strength save to try and get out.
I'm going to do that then. So that is that 14.
14 succeeds.
Oh hell yeah! Okay. And
Yeah, the tentacle DC isn't that high.
yeah,
So
my
yeah, you break out.
my smite is gone now, isn't it? Because I missed. So
let me check how it works.
because I
It might
missed
say
the
on.
attack. I missed the
Yeah,
attack,
but
not the.
no, because it's. Oh, actually, make a saving throw because you got hit. Make a Constitution saving throw for concentration, and if you succeed, that's still up.
No.
You fail, so no, it does not up anymore.
I'm just gonna throw a javelin then.
Okay.
Which is 1d20 plus 5 again.
Whoa.
That is a nat 20. So that is 2d6
Okay.
plus
Wow.
3.
Okay. That's the second nat 20 you've rolled this session.
Yeah, I don't know
So
why.
go ahead and roll double the damage.
Nice.
Okay. He's being whittled down, definitely. He's kind of bleeding out now, but looking like he's ready to kind of make some more attempts to. So the first thing he's going to do is get up. And he's now about 20 feet away from you, from like the ranged members of the party who are right by the lift. And he's going to main action disengage, and he is going to attempt to flee into the elevator. He doesn't quite make it, but he does make it close enough to the two of you that you're kind of very concerned, let's say.
Well, I don't think one of them's concerned, considering he's unconscious.
That's true. And
there...
he's going to attempt to grapple. He's going to attempt to grapple Teki as his only attack this turn. As he kind of. What were we saying?
I was gonna ask, is there like an attack of opportunity at all with that, or?
Not for you because no, because he disengaged.
Oh, right. Okay, never mind.
So yeah, He's trying to grapple you, so make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, god damn it.
Not again.
The one of two things I'm not good with. Oh, wait.
You managed to evade him. Wow.
Oh yeah.
What?
Why do you
Don't-
get
don't
these rolls
question
with the
it.
minuses and I get like single digits
yeah.
with pluses?
That's a good
So-
question.
With his remaining movement after getting up, he manages to get into the lift and shut the door, but he could not. He cannot go anywhere with it. And you see him check his watch again as he looks. That is his entire turn. So he's now in a closed lift. It's not. You can still see into it, but the kind of gap, it's ornate, but the gaps are probably a bit too small to attack through, unless you have a spell. So with that, it is Guitar's turn.
I was gonna ask then when it does get to my turn, since I can move
Yeah.
the moonbeam, would that be able to hit him?
You believe so, yes.
Okay.
So, what I would like to do is I would like to go to the lift, open the door.
Yep. Well, you can make it to the lift, and you manage to open the door. Actually, wait. Can you make a strength check since he'll be trying to bar it?
Just a straight check.
Yeah, it's going to be contested by him.
16.
Okay, he rolled a 6 plus his modifier. That's not going to be a 16. Yeah, that's a 10. So yeah, you managed to get the door open.
Yeah, my eyes are still kind of glowing from this kind of quiet fury that I'm currently exhibiting. Speaking of which, bonus action, 2 more fire damage.
Okay, yep. That kind of just licks at him a little, and you see him wince.
Yep, and now I would like to make another attack with my rapier.
Yep. Okay.
19.
Hits.
All right. For 12, for 12 piercing.
Yeah. So you just you lop off one of the snake's tentacles. He's kind of just raising against you in kind of a show of defiance, and he sputters, seeming to be on death's door. Is that the end of your turn?
That's about all I can do.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm kind of just silently glaring at him with this glowing glowing fury.
Yeah. So on to Techie then.
Yep.
Okay. So about what was his moving distance with his turn there?
He moved about kind of, so he got up, which took half his movement, and then with the other half moved 20 feet.
Okay, that's fine. So I'm gonna turn and go, you're not getting away. I'm gonna move the moonbeam
Yep.
toward, back to where he is. I think he'll need to make I think he needs to make another con save?
Yeah, he will. Okay, he rolled a 7, so that fails.
Alright.
This man has failed every single save. Poor guy.
I don't feel bad for him.
He just wanted to fulfill his evil plan.
Well, see, he didn't do it with a funny accent, so we can't feel sympathy for him.
Spencer, are you within 5 feet of him too?
He is, because he just attacked him.
So I need to make a save too.
Yes,
Yeah.
so you need to make a con save as well.
Con save?
Yeah.
22.
Okay.
That succeeds.
All
yes.
right, so you're taking half again. Okay. That was 2. Yeah, 2d then. That is 1d10.
That kills him.
So 18
Like,
damage total.
Yeah, he just kind of combusts. His entire skin just seems to peel away in the like radiance. It's it would look kind of like what would happen if he was just like suddenly transported into Chernobyl.
Well then.
And yeah, the Rage Mage just slumps to the ground, dead within his own lift.
yeah.
You guys did that in like what, 2 rounds?
And with the grease.
Yeah.
Hey, I feel like the grease was very helpful.
I think Fairy Fire would have been slightly more useful.
Okay, but what sounds better for a bounty hunter, a grease trap or fairy fire? Like, come on.
Grease did lead to some comedy moments as well.
I'm gonna
Now, if someone
really-
wouldn't mind, if someone wouldn't mind lending a hand to the kobold that is dying on the floor,
Yes,
that would be much appreciated.
I was just about to ask. So I have Goodberry as one of my spells. And it says that a creature can use this action to eat one berry. Could I just
you could
have-
stuff it in his mouth.
I mean, if it's
Potion
easier, I
style.
have lay on hands because I'm a paladin, so if it's easier, I can use that. Though to be fair, it would be funnier to watch.
I genuinely think that's the easiest one of my boss fights has ever been taken down, which is kind of funny.
It's fitting for this campaign.
A far cry from Azerin.
Yeah. The far cry from the like what 4.5 hour boss fight,
Yep.
which killed a player and had like 3 players spend most of it not.
I mean, we can make it a combined effort to heal here. I
Yeah.
guess.
No, I think
I
it would be fitting for this campaign to end it with trying to force feed an unconscious kobold a berry.
Well, I will say, I think you could probably do that fairly successfully and easily, but
Yeah, so I make my maximum of 10 berries and stuff all 10 of his mouth, and you get 10 health points left back. And on that note, my dog is barking, needing outside, so I'll be right back.
alright, we're back in it.
I will grill you on that grease for the rest of my days, Matt.
I feel like we do need. We
I
need
feel like that could have been a lot harder if he didn't fail at sending someone to the floor below, which would have made the action economy more in his favour, and if he didn't just fail every single save and spend the entire fight prone.
See, that's what I'm saying. The whole time he was slipping and sliding and being scooted around, like, grease worked pretty well.
It did, yes.
It also nearly killed us.
Hey, I put the grease down. You guys decided to run into it.
Because we're melee!
Well, whose fault is that?
Yours!
I mean, we found out there's weapons in the room. You could have picked some up and just kind of thrown them at him, you know?
Shit, we still have to pass through the grease to get it.
No. Back where I was, there was weapons and stuff you could pick up. You could throw stuff at them. Hey, wait, you have javelins. You literally had a ranged weapon.
Yes, but it was funny.
That's not the point!
Like, hold on. I'm here being accused. Like, we're being. You literally have javelins.
I used it later. I just wanted to ice skate on grease for a while.
Yeah, actually, I'm pretty sure both of you have javelins. Now that I think about it, like, come on. I'm out here getting my good name sullied when you guys had ranged options.
Ranged options which don't use my 20 decks, I'll have you know.
Oh, well, it's still an option. Yeah, wait, with your 20 decks, why was grease a problem?
It was a problem because you could have used fairy fire.
And you could have used your 20 dex to not slip on the grease.
I did. That's not the point.
Then what's the problem?
We could have all had straight advantage on him instead of just making him prone.
Yeah, but again, a bounty hunter tactic. You make it hard for them to get away. It was either it was going to be grease or ball bearings, and I went with grease because it had a higher DC save.
Okay, I'm back.
Hello.
Welcome back. We
Welcome back,
yelling at
yeah,
Matt for his use of grease.
I'm gonna go for Greece.
Yeah, so you know the whole
what
time they're talking about they went into the grease because they're melee. They both have javelins. They had ranged options.
Oh my god, dude. Bruh.
Yeah.
Bruh.
I will continue to grill you on this for the rest of my days.
Oh my
This
god, dude.
is
Wait.
your kind of no coming back from moment, Matt.
Just wait, because the next
Oh,
campaign
that's all.
I'm gonna pull everything together. I'm gonna have grease. I'm gonna have a battering ram. It's gonna be awesome. They managed to get out of the grease. I'll knock them back in.
If you try that in divine words, you are going to die. I will just warn.
What? The battering ram thing?
Yeah, I am already concerned that I made that campaign way too deadly.
Alright, well, again, as long as literally my character has one functional move that he's focused around. As long as I can do that, I am dangerous.
Anyway, our current
No, I will not
session-
reveal what it is because I don't want you to decide against it.
So yeah, you have got a very unconscious, very dead wizard who, now that he's kind of seems to be reverting back to a more human form, and he kind of you find on his body, which you know has striking gold hair and gold eyes, you find a jade key, which you're not entirely sure what it does.
Well, there's still one more floor, right?
There is.
I think I know what we gotta do. But before we do, I would like to go over to the hole where the one guy is, holler down to him. The price is now triple.
Yeah, Spirit, don't antagonize our
Of
player.
course, of course. It's only fair.
Spirit, stop
I
antagonizing our
didn't
player.
Spur will kind of look him. A big talk from the man who didn't get blown up by fire.
Yeah, and you're still alive. You handled it admirably.
He's kind of resigned himself now, realizing that despite the fact that you stopped the wizard from killing him, you probably will do so yourself. So.
Alright, let's go up another floor. I want to see what's at the top of this tower.
Okay.
I'm just gonna kind of sit down, kind of either to the non-kobold members of our party. You two okay? You hurt?
I'll be alright. What about you?
Yeah, I'm fine. I've endured worse.
I apologize for having to put my spell on you two as well, along with him.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. We got them anyway.
Indeed.
And yeah, Matt. So you're heading up, right?
Well, I think I have to wait for someone to do the lift thing because
Oh yeah.
I don't think, first of all, even if I could reach it, I don't think an overhand jump crank would get me anywhere.
It sure ain't gonna be me, because I don't got the strength. My strength is 9.
My strength is 12, so Day, would you like to?
Why don't we all just go?
Yeah, I think Day would probably be happy to go up another floor. No.
Yes, I'd be happy to go
Okay.
for the floor. Sorry.
So yeah, after you've kind of lugged the body out, you head up to the top floor, which, as mostly promised, is a lot of gears, a lot of mechanics, but a lot of them do not seem related to the a lot of them don't really seem related to the actual clock in the slightest. They're instead kind of headed towards what seems like a gate, some kind of portal, which at the moment is not activated, with a jade lock on it, matching that key.
I make a bit of
The
a check to figure out if I can.
okay, investigation, yes.
To figure out if you can what?
I'm just gonna get the idea of what exactly we're looking at here.
Yeah.
A 23.
Okay, so you you can cast spells, right?
Yes.
Okay, so having studied a bit of magic in your time and deducing from the book earlier, you know that this is some kind of planar gate. And you also realize that the wires are the same ones that you saw earlier reaching upwards from that black orb in the star room. So, putting it all together, you can basically deduce that this is a portal, one that only opens at certain times when a certain stars are in alignment to form a certain constellation, which was pointed at by what was evidently the observatory room down there.
Can I holler down to the? Did everyone come up, or did only
We
two of
kind of
us
all
go
have
up?
to be in the
Yeah.
elevator.
Well, yeah. I think everyone came up.
In that case, do we have access to his watch, or is his body down the floor?
I'm willing to say you took his watch.
I mean, his
Can
body
I? Can
did
I?
die on the elevator.
Is there any kind of significant markings on the watch that I could kind of tell what time he was waiting for?
There is a couple of notches on it above the time of about 12 minutes past 1, which, as it just so happens, is a few minutes away from this moment right now.
It
So not only did you foil a Mage's evil plans by accident, you did so a few minutes before they were going to take form.
Ooh,
Hail the conquering
what have we
heroes.
narrowly avoided is the question now.
everyone else. I don't know if anyone does. Anyone else have I revealed anything of what this gate is?
You have not, no.
Okay. Well,
Not necessarily, at least.
I probably that makes a lot of sense now. Long and short, he was trying to open up some kind of planar portal. Not kind of hold the watch. Things have to be precisely lined up for it, and well, he stopped him a couple minutes before he could.
Well, that was lucky. Hmm.
That's what would even
You
he
also
wants from another planet.
another thing you can kind of deduce by the nature of the portal that you'd probably know is that stargates, which is the type of portal that this is, lead to their destination indirectly via the ethereal plane rather than going straight there. So while that makes it very easy to enter one and find your way to the dimension, it makes it very hard to come out of one. So whatever this was, he was wanting to travel into this plane, this ice plane, rather than wanting to bring something out of it.
Why would he?
What's
By all accounts, it doesn't seem to make much sense.
Yeah, whatever. I have my doubts he was up to anything good anyway.
I wonder if you'll find out in the next campaign.
Anyway, let's go get paid.
I like that idea a lot. It's a shame I didn't get to question him, but oh well.
He's still down there. Oh, do you mean the mage?
I mean the mage.
Oh.
The mage may not be questionable.
We tried to question him. He responded with force.
Yeah.
Perhaps we
True.
should let
That was
some of
the
those.
incorrect answer.
Perhaps we should let some of those animals loose along the way.
I agree.
Yes, I also agree.
Are you going to approach the one spewing out divine rays of light?
I kind of want to approach the one that's, but like cautiously.
Okay.
Who
Just
else
see
wants
what
to
happens.
approach the thing spewing divine rays?
I think I'm good, to be honest.
It's
I
some
think
kind
I'll
of
watch.
it's some kind of animal, right?
It's a small rabbit.
I mean, I can try to calm it down. I have pretty good like animal handling.
Good call, good call. Can I make an Arcana check, or would it be religion?
You can Arcana check this.
I'm just gonna
Actually,
watch
no.
for...
Religion would be better, actually. So I'm going to say it's religion.
If, can I go with my previous roll with the
Yeah,
plus
you can.
3?
Yeah, you can go with the previous roll.
So 15.
You recognize this racial trait as something that is native to Asimar, the holy divine blooded. Something that the Rage Mage himself seemed to appear to share characteristics of. Whatever power he's been tampering with would appear to have some kind of effect of transforming things into Asimar. And as for how to stop it, you are not very sure.
Oh, is the light dangerous to be close to?
It is, yes.
Okay, I will quickly maybe not get too close. It's gonna hurt.
I'm just watching from a safe distance. Just like I'm a little bit below half. I'm not looking to get mauled, so to speak.
Yeah,
The rabbit is a regular-sized rabbit. It's really small. The unconventional part is the fact that it's spewing out light this way.
Question:
Yeah.
what kind of lock is this door thing or the little cage?
It's a very rudimentary metal one. Nothing that would resist a good blast.
I looked at Techie. It's like I don't know of a way to get close without getting hurt. I could always try and shoot the lock off.
Oh, let me see if I can calm it down first before we free it. And I'm going to very carefully approach it without, like, trying to get into its spell there.
The light is kind of just in a 5-foot area around the cage, and
Okay.
you'll kind of feel that it burns without getting close enough to get damaged with it by it.
Alright. I guess I'll be like, I guess about 10 feet away then.
Yeah.
And and say something along the lines of, "It's all right, little one. We're not here to hurt you. We're going."
Yeah, go ahead and roll animal handling.
Okay. Yep. Damn it. Why?
So,
that's like one of my best things. Why?
as you step into the light, you get burned. and take 1 damage.
Okay.
I am no help in this. My animal handling is a -2.
Okay.
At that point, the kind of shrug with the pompous is like, still an option. I mean, I think I could probably hit the lock.
Go ahead.
All right.
If you roll on that one, you kill the rabbit. I'll just say that.
I'd expect
No
no less.
pressure. No pressure or anything.
All right. Take careful aim. Breathe out. Natural 20.
Hey!
Yeah,
Crack
you
shot.
perfectly skewer the lock, kind of take it through the rest of the cage, and the cage basically just falls apart, going right between the rabbit's ears, not affecting it. And at this,
Very.
the rabbit kind of, on release from its cage, the light stops pouring from it, and it becomes just a normal rabbit.
Very smugly, he'll kind of be spinning his palm pistol. Oh, Jack can hit the lock.
Yes, that was very impressive, Spur.
Now, I'll kind of look back down the pit one more time. All right, we're coming down. Don't forget, it's 4 times what we originally agreed upon.
He nods me.
You're having entirely too much fun with this.
Hey, listen, this is like our meal ticket for like months. And as much as I love this, and I'll point to the palm pistol, with that kind of funds, I could get something so much cooler.
I kind of blink at him.
Imagine this, but the thing it shoots explodes.
That sounds like it would endanger my life greatly. Even more than...
So everybody else is here.
I mean, it's completely safe.
I don't
Just
think
don't
it is.
just don't be holding hands with the thing I shoot, and you'll be fine.
Let's fetch our employer and then get out of here. All right. So Mr. Solomon seems to be a bit indisposed.
And yeah, as you head down in the lift, the glum look on Razzle Shazzle's face is now just replaced with a complete and utter dread.
We found out he was trying to open up portals to other realms and was kind of evil.
Right.
Good news is, I think you're now the town wizard.
Yes, and well, one last confession to make. I did know about all that. He was...
Dude, immediately upon hearing that, Spur just kind of squints at him, just like...
His plans were disrupted by the beasts who were the guardians of his tower had turned against him turned insane by his strange experiments, but it was all in search of some power he was convinced existed on a faraway plane. He said it could bring us to godhood, and that if I cleared out the tower, I could have some of it. He just sighs. How much gold do you want?
The grin comes back.
He's at this point, he's just like... He can't be sad or nervous anymore. He's just resigned to his fate.
How much do you have?
Spur, no.
Spur, yes. He lied to us. He knew what was going on. He knew we could have died. He tried to get us in this, and I want my money. And a lot of it. You think
He just
the research
sighed.
involving this is cheap.
2,000 gold between the four of you. Does that work?
How much did he say?
2,000
2,000.
between all of us.
That is only 500 apiece.
Look, it's all I have.
All right.
I just
not be lying about that.
I just kind of shake my head at Spur.
Just mumbling under his breath, he's just like, better not be lying about that too.
You may make an insight check if you want.
I'll make an insight check then. Spur wants his money. 16.
He rolled an 8. He's lying.
Okay. Spur will kind of start spinning his gun. You know, I almost died up there. He did something with fire, and you know, the recovery is going to be quite expensive, and these clothes are ruined. They were not cheap.
He puts his head in his hands.
By the way, I want to be very clear. It is literally just muddy rags that he's been wearing. They're literally still dirty from the trek because he has no other clothes.
I don't know how much is in there, but I'll empty my bank vault and you can have all of it. Is that enough for you? You can have the bloody tower as well. I have no use for it.
Hey, can I put a hand on him? You've tugged at my heartstrings. We'll take the vault.
This feels morally... Sure.
And trying to send some random bunch of adventurers to their death isn't?
Well, yes, but even so, to this degree is...
You just... Well, Hazel is crying in the corner.
Alright, well, listen, if you don't want your cut, I'll take it too, then.
No, I do, and then I'm gonna go over to the little fella and not comfort him as such, but just put a hand on his shoulder. Just go, hey, you, hi.
At least we're not taking your house.
Are you doing okay?
He shoots you a dark glare.
Okay, actually no. I was going to ask about Lightning McQueen, but I feel like
He's been
that joke is already dead.
It's a hard time,
Yeah,
but have you
and
heard of
also
Lightning McQueen?
I think I'll just back away.
Yeah, and I think as you leave him to his newfound misery, that is a good place to end the one shot.
I kind of have fallen in love with Spur.
The meme you posted of Spur just pointing at himself in a mirror got me. I found that very funny.
Oh man.
That was a fun one shot.
Yeah.
That was.
Oh my gosh.
The next one, which by the way, it's going to happen probably around late January because I have exams until then.
Mm-hmm.
The next one is going to be quite tonally different.
Oh, I can tell. And yet I'll be playing Comic Relief.
Yep. But yeah, so we will explore the power that this mage was seeking. That divine power will be a bit more explored there, I'll say.
Oh dear.
Oh boy.
So is it a good thing that we didn't open the gate?
I don't think it would have changed much. It would have been another ambiguous ending without much of just you guys have the choice to now head into this realm yourselves if you want.
Instead, we
Yeah.
got paid.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Also, let me post that sheet of the relation of the plots of every campaign I've done.
Can I just say I
You
love
guys have
the
played about half of this.
I love the dynamic that this one shot group had.
It was very good. Yeah.
Mm.
I was very happy with the tavern scene, which was the part I kind of really planned, and then the rest of it I was mainly going off the book.
Mhm.
And also, you skipped the floor where I had the most stuff of my own planned.
Oh no! What was the morally ambiguous thing meant to be?
No, sorry. Oh yeah. Basically, in the main one shot, in like the one shot as it's written,
Hmm.
it turns out that the wizard became the rage mage because his wife broke up with him and stole like a bunch of his money in
Oh
like a
my
sham
god.
unfair trial, and basically the choice would be to get the reward money by killing the mage, or to get the or to make a new friend in the mage and go and just kill his ex-wife.
I mean, to be
What?
fair, we kind of
Excuse
did a
me.
little bit of both. We killed the mage and got mad stacks.
Yeah.
We got the
Yeah,
Hellish
it
Gorilla,
was,
so I'd
but
say it's
yeah,
pretty good.
it was. I just thought like this is terrible. So I
Yeah, that's
rewrote
kind of
everything.
yeah. That's a bit of a weird one.
Yeah, basically I was just like, there is no way to make this work because you either like, if I my initial thought was to like leave that in, but to make it so that you would have to fight the mage in order to stop him being angry and get him to like be more rational. But then I was just like, well, if you don't want to be fighting the mage, there's no real like it's not going to be fun to fight him. So I'm just going to make him an evil bastard.
Yeah, I feel like it was more fun that way, to be honest.
Yeah, and oh yeah, and originally the Wizard's Apprentice was just an illusion conjured up by him to try and get an adventurers and to come and clear out the tower. But I thought it was funnier to make him be the guy who gave the mission, and he just realizes he fucked up giving the mission. It was a completely pathetic attempt to try and set things right.
Uh,
Oh my
I-
god.
I love the fact that me dope slapping him was what unveiled the deception.
Oh yeah, the top hat was a hat of disguised self. And
Beautiful.
I think I hinted at. I mean, you guys didn't trust him to start with, so I hinted at his untrustworthiness a couple of times. And then the other hint as to his identity was the fact that I guess you'd have to know what disguised self was for this, but disguised self can only alter your height by about 6 inches. And I specified that he was about 6 inches taller than the dwarf.
Had I played any more than one 1.5 spellcasters, then I might have picked up on that.
Yeah, but yeah, I did basically structure this one as a comedy.
I enjoyed it, and what better time for me to play someone that extorts for money than a character with 3 charisma?
Yeah,
That's true.